Get that camera. Yeah, that's better camera. Let's go. Perfect. Yeah, running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Can't allow you.
Cool. Yo, Sharper, Shem McCarthy, Dash. What's up, boss?
Yeah, we're here. You know, we had all the election excitement during the week. You know, and as usual, you know how the team sports go. One side hurt and crying, and the other side celebrating and jubilant. And but really, there ain't nothing to celebrate unless you're of the elect, because all these events is one step closer to the perdition of Babylon the Great, which is where this is all headed. You know, here it is. You got these goofy, the right, the Republicans. They're feeling hella self-righteous now. They think righteousness has prevailed. How? This guy, he's saying he's gonna cut federal funding for the trans and all this stuff, but he's not making it illegal. All these, they're just gonna fund it through private means. They're pulling the hood, pulling the wool over people's eyes, giving these false victories. There is no false victory. Everything's gonna go ahead as as planned. Meaning America's going into destruction, man. It's gonna go into chaos.
This is like a planned chaos.
It is a planned chaos, man. But what they've done is they've managed to get the group of people who were more against it to be on side. Because here it is, all these guys that were anti-globalists, all this business, waking up and understanding things, are now all supporting the Republican Party and putting all their energy into DJ Trump, who's a puppet of the highest order. All right. And he gonna bring that MOTP, he gonna bring that Jacob's trouble and all these things. If not him, another puppet. But it's all gonna go toward that end.
It makes perfect sense because you endorsed Trump, Elon Musk, head of Neuralink.
Yeah.
And they're already putting out the mantra of the NWO. I think
yeah, Novus, yeah, he did that.
So I'm saying, so him and Elon are like this, they're buddy man. So they're getting ready to push that MOT to the B.
And Alex Jones tried to spin it, 1776. But what else happened in 1776?
Yeah, May 1st.
You see there. You know, so really, they've always been pushing that Illuminati order. Because that 1776, America was actually set up for the purpose of the New World Order. That's why it's on the dollar bill. That's why all the most of them, what's it called, the founding fathers were Masons. No, what was it? George Washington, he was a Mason. Right? When they laid the cornerstone in Washington, D.C., it was a Masonic ritual. America was always set up for the purpose of the elites, but ultimately for the purpose of the Most High. It was never for the people. And that's why these men, they don't get it. Going up.
So 1 Thessalonians 5:1, the day of the Lord, in the subheading. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Right, it's going to come as a thief in the night. Like, people are not really going to see it coming. Only the prophets see the signs. These people right now, they've never been filled with so much hope. They've filled mainly it's the majority of America now. They're filled with hope because they think that they've found this knight, in shining armor, DJ Trump, the son of Jesus, who's gonna come along and he gonna fix everything, and all your prices are gonna go down low again, and the American dream's gonna come back alive. And no, none of that's gonna happen. He talking about a war on the cartels. Yeah, they about to push the price up on the street, so your local crackhead's gonna be hurting. They're about to do something in America, man. And guess what? When it happens, these people are gonna make excuses for it. Oh, it's not Trump's fault. He didn't. Just like they make excuse for Operation Warp Speed. Oh, he was manipulated. It wasn't his fault. Oh, okay. Good.
Verse 3. But when they shall say peace and safety.
Right. The big thing was that they were pushing was for some strange reason that the Democratic Party were gonna start World War III, because everything's cartoonish, you know. So the Democratic Party, if you vote for Kamala, you're voting for World War III, and if you vote for Trump, because Trump is like some form of Marvel superhero, he is going to stop World War III. Yeah, because he's got the magical powers to do that.
The chief negotiator.
He's the peacemaker. Remember that film,
yeah.
right?
But when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
And that's what's going to happen. Because these men right now, their guard is down. They're jubilant. Apparently, America's been saved now. Because he told them, oh, you vote for me, you won't ever have to vote for nobody again. That was a bit of leakage there. He told them, if you vote for me, you won't need another election. What? And these men ate that up. You don't understand. Yeah, because over the next 4 years, Revelations 12 and 12, they're about 2025, they're about to go hard.
Project 2025. Yeah. As travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
They ain't gonna escape, because it goes back into Isaiah the 47th chapter. Let's get that, and we can get Revelations as well with the 18th chapter.
I got another one.
These people, you deserve destruction. The Democrat. Yeah, obviously the Democrats are crazy, but so are you. What they've done is the way the psychological operation has worked is they've allowed the liberal Democrats to do the most craziest gaslighting shit you could think of, to make the right look like they're not as crazy when they're just the same. They're for gay marriage. He's not making gay marriage illegal. He's not making transgenderism illegal. All the wickedness is still gonna continue. It's just that they're picking certain things to say, oh, we ain't gonna go that far. But it's already gone too far.
Is that really do a president ever repeal all the things that the previous president put in, or what?
Because he's the devil. Who do you think is in office now? The son of the Most High. What's wrong with these people?
But it's the thing. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked,
and he's the wicked. And it's been like that. They're acting like for the course of history. So what was George Bush? Was he not a Republican? But you see, they managed to paint it as a battle between good and evil on both sides. But really, it's evil on evil, and one pendulum that just keeps swinging from one side to the other. That's the reality of the situation. So they did both the Republicans, the Trump supporters, and the Kamala supporters deserve fire. And that's why they're both going to get fired. They ain't going to be the missiles are going to come. The Lord's going to beam up all the good Christian Republicans, and then he's going to leave all the crazy Democrat lesbians to be destroyed. No, they're all going to be destroyed. Enough of them Republican men are in the closet anyway.
What is it? America's Babylon the Great, the chief seat of Satan. You know, so if the world's been given in the hand of Satan, and you know, hey, Trump's now your president, it doesn't matter who that person would have been that sat there. He sits in the seat of fucking wickedness, man. You know.
I've got that. 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself was transformed into the angel of light.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, keep going. Oh no, I think it's a bit above that. Yeah, start from the top, because that's what's happening, man. They're playing the people, right? I see Biden the other day acting hella normal. I said, I see all that shit. I see all that shit, him falling over and Sleepy Joe. That was all acting. The whole thing was set up so that the Democrats would be a weak opponent for Trump to come in like a strong leader, a strong shining light. The whole thing was set up for this particular purpose, and these people bought it hook, line, and sinker. These guys are all pedophiles. He's gonna drain it. Apparently, he's gonna go in now. He's gonna drain the swamp. He said that last time. He said he was gonna arrest Hillary last time, and then when he got inaugurated, he turned to Hillary and congratulated them and said how great they are and how they're good people. And his supporters didn't even clock onto that. But I thought he was gonna. They're saying he's gonna release the Epstein list and the video. Whatever, man. Whatever.
Precept.
Morons.
Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
The 2 horns. They got the left and the right, and they play them off each other to forward their agenda. The 2 horns is part of the same beast. Neither is good. Both are bad. And when you go behind the closed doors, they're all doing the 69 with each other.
But isn't it? The beast has an image to project, to achieve, man. And so they're both working together to do it. You know.
They needed a billionaire on another billion. These are 2 billion. They needed another billionaire on the side of the right, so they flipped Elon Musk over to the other team.
Yeah.
And it's no different. Listen, I grew up watching WWE. It's no different to WWE,
Tag team wrestling.
bro. One of the best fucking storylines was Booker T versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, bro. That shit was lit. You know this. Even when they had the supermarket thing, yeah, bro.
That was a hard
Obviously, you're watching it thinking these men hate each other. Yeah, that's why the Dems hate the normal public Democrat hates the Republican, right? But they don't understand that when you get to the level of the politicians, they don't hate each other. They publicly will speak what they need to speak. Just like Stone Cold get in the ring, yeah, Booker T, all this stuff. Bro, as soon as the cameras go off, them man are back in the locker room knocking back drinks together. But the people in the crowd, they might hate whichever one, depending on, you know.
Hey, this ain't Georgia. Them man go crazy in their parliament and they fight each other in the parliament.
Say Georgia, these men are all on the same team. They're funded by the same people. When you trace the money all the way back, they're funded by the same people. The American, the witchcraft that they've done on these morons is amazing. And then what they used to do as well, Vince might pick a man, yeah, and blatantly be biased towards that guy. Like, you know, like when he was biased towards The Rock at one time. There was a time when The Rock used to work for Vince McMahon. So everyone hated The Rock, remember? Because he was working for the man, for the corporation. But then what happened? Then they had it where The Rock turned off that and became the people's champ here and was going up. It's no different now. Oh, Trump, the system is against him. The system is against him. It was no different than when the system was against The Rock. But guess what? The Rock was still working for Vince McMahon, and they were playing the fans to give them that entertainment, that energy, so they could keep buying the t-shirts and paying for the tickets. It's literally no different to WWE. It's a show. These men don't hate Trump. They was at a meeting, a dinner together like 3 weeks ago, and Trump was there with all the men that were trying to arrest him. And they were all eating together and laughing and joking. Like, that's why we tell you there is no Democrat, there is no Republican, there is no Christian. When you get to the elite level, they just pick a face, an image to portray, but behind closed doors, they're all part of the same occultic group. Yeah.
Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee.
Because first of all, these Republicans, these great Christian Republicans, don't believe in the Bible and what the Bible says. Not really. You start bringing out some of these laws in the scriptures, they're going to have an aneurysm. They're going to have an aneurysm. They're culturally Christian. They're loosely Christian. And the scriptures ain't dealing with that loosely or affiliate. The scriptures, I'm affiliate. They're affiliated with the Bible. They're not about what the scriptures say. They never have been. That's why they slaughtered the Native American Indians, man, and stole their land and enslaved the so-called Negroes. These people have never been a moral and righteous people. Who are you trying to kid?
Oh, no. Verse 18, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Deceit is all lies and deceit. Lies, deceit, manipulation. And that's why you're going to see that he said he was going to save America, but what he really going to do is destroy it, man.
Yeah.
And bring in that new world order. He going to bring it. There ain't going to be no CBDC. There is going to be a CBDC. There is going to be the MOTP. There is going to be social, what's it called? Social credit score and all that. What do you think X is going to be? The everything app. They're literally, like you said, Elon is literally, this is the worst thing about this guy, Elon, right? The system is so against him that all of his money comes from the system. That's
They're funding.
they're funding him. He's the #1 recipient of government funding.
Yeah.
SpaceX, government funding. Tesla, government funding. The man is literally set up by the system that he's claiming is fighting against him.
And then his grandfather recently is part of some technocracy.
The technical, yeah, exactly.
You know,
I've got a precept from the comment board.
Huh.
This is from Naquan 444. Shalom. Marcus 6 and 12. It says, for the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth.
It's all lies. The whole situation, everything that they're dealing with, they're showing the people is lies, but the people deserve it because they're wicked. They deserve these wicked leaders, and they deserve what's about to happen to them. So all this celebration is gonna come to a stop real soon. The mirth, the scriptures speak about the mirth in Isaiah 24, and guess what? All these liberals that are crying, you're gonna cry some more too.
Yeah, that's why the Lord said, "Woe unto you that put your trust in Egypt."
There's going to be more crying for you liberals, but you Republicans and all you man celebrating Trump now, there's more crying coming for you down the pipeline because this man ain't going to save you. America don't have a savior. Israel, the nation of Israel, the Israelites, the elect of Israel have a savior. Yeah, our brother's getting, I think he's getting out there. You got, yeah, get that as well. That's a good, there's a point in there I wanted to get as well. You want all these election, they what they don't want to talk about is the blood of the Israelites that they got to pay for. Is that on the agenda?
No.
So we're supposed to forget about everything that these devils have done, and so they could just sail off into the sunset with Trump. Fuck out of here, man. He's doomed, man.
Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
So they want the world to believe that all the wickedness and evil that America's committed in the earth, that's just the Democrats. And you see how the psychosis works? It's the Democrat. Now all of a sudden it's just the Democrats. They're Satan. The whole elite are Democrats. The deep state are Democrats.
Playing on people's emotions.
No, man. The whole thing, the whole thing is set up on part of it.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country.
Yo, you can a nation can have a setback and survive and come back strong. Hell, you can have a massive event happen to your country and come back. Rwanda, they had some crazy genocide. Hey, Rwanda's alright right now. They got a low crime.
Sponsor Arsenal.
Yeah, and they had that was a serious civil war / genocide they had. Many nations have had shit happen to them, and it might take a while. They recover, they rebuild. But what's gonna happen to America? Ain't gonna be no rebuilding that. America's gonna be destroyed completely with thermonuclear destruction.
This is basically what goes against Trump, because Trump's whole motto was make America great again, turning back the hands of time and all of that. But, according to the scriptures, America's not going to be made great again.
That they're going to start making iPhones in America. Yeah, we'll get ready to not be able to afford to buy one. That's what I'm saying. But that's what they want, because if you really want to know what's going to happen, what is the agenda of the elites? They want less products. They want everything to be more expensive so that you use less. They want production to be low, right? They want you to own nothing, right? And be happy. Well, they don't want you to be happy. They just added that in. Yeah. So everything this guy's gonna do, you're gonna see, is gonna ultimately, in a roundabout way, feed into that agenda. It's not gonna go against the agenda. It's gonna bring more chaos and more turmoil so that he can justify bringing in the MOTV, and bringing more harsher, more draconian laws and crackdowns.
So we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us everyone go into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up into the skies. So that Esau's America's judgment is lingering, man. They're they're not even on their last leg. They're on their 10 toes right now. They're tiptoeing into that destruction, man. And this guy Trump, aka Nero, 2,000 years ago, he set up a whole empire where he caused all this mayhem in city of Rome, burning down buildings, and then blamed it on the Jews, man. And I heard that even that was for a political situation as well back then. So this guy's always doing shit for political gain, man. So this thing that everyone's falling for, this hype and like he's the savior and all that, you're gonna find out your savior is the Satan that the Bible speaks of, man. He's gonna reveal them horns on you tribes, man. Especially you tribes. The first thing he said he's gonna be dealing with is the migrant situation. What do you think that's all about? Yeah. And I heard bare migrants are trying to hop the border because they were scared, man, because this is Trump we're talking about, man. Trump's a heartless piece of shit, man. And he's gonna show you that he never really cared about you tribes.
ID.
Yeah, he wants to put digital ID. That's why Elon Musk is there. Because they're there for the MOT to the B, man. And when I saw Elon Musk endorsing Trump, I already knew he was going to win the election because, they're pushing the MOT to the B if he wins.
Yeah. All of Musk's companies are all for this system that's coming.
This digital shit.
Boy, he was talking like this.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's down for some digital IDs and all this. He wants to get down with the new world
He said
order.
he's going to turn X into the super app, the everything app.
Yep.
And like I said, he's got everyone on there that would normally be resistant to it. This is the issue. The people who would normally be resistant to the New World Order are now his fans. So it's like, all right, cool. Go on,
Cult of personality, man.
yeah, that's what it is, the cult of personality. Because when Trump got in there last time, what did he do at the border?
Huh.
He didn't build no fucking wall. Guys, anyway, go on.
I got Psalm 61. Listen.
Oh, well, no, keep going.
Go back.
Jeremiah 51. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jeremiah 51 and 10. The Lord have brought forth our righteousness come. It says, and let us declare this in Zion, the work of the Lord our power.
See, these men are trying to be like, you see them all online. Oh, God did this and, righteousness prevailed and all this stuff. No, righteousness is going to prevail when the Lord comes and destroys America with you in it. That's when righteousness is going to prevail. Because we don't give a fuck about the Dems or you Republicans. We only see Edomites. Edomites and wicked Jake. And the Lord's going to destroy all of you.
The scripture say the Lord's going to come and take the crowns of these nations, man. America's one of them.
America's going down, man.
The main one, the first one to go.
The only people with righteousness on their side is the elect of Israel, because we got Yahweh Shai on our side. The rest of you men are not righteous, man. You never been righteous.
And the Israelites not a political group.
Hell no.
Right? They're a nationality of people, man. The Lord established,
That's why we don't vote.
Yeah.
Because what they want you to do is vote for evil. Even a lot of them, I've seen interviews with when they get confronted about all the bullshit Trump has done in the past, right? And they said, well, he's the lesser of two evils. We're not about, first of all, if you're voting for the lesser of two evil, you're still voting for evil. You're still consenting to evil. You're saying, yeah, I want evil to do this. I'm giving him the go ahead. You're not supposed to vote. You're not supposed to give your consent onto the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this one's the devil, but this one's less of a devil, so I'm going to choose this devil. Yeah, you're still choosing a devil.
Yeah.
You're supposed to choose Yahweh Shai. So that's for all you Israelites. There's a big argument going backward and forward because they love to divide between the Latinos and the blacks and the black man and the black woman and all this bullshit. And they're literally divided about which devil is better. That's why both of you are going to get hit with missiles.
Certain Rocco was speaking about righteousness, if I may. This is a computer 3:13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Right. If you're supposed to be a so-called Christian, you ain't supposed to be that invested in America, man. But for these lot, America is the kingdom of heaven. And that goes back to when they were Manifest Destiny, and they had an ideology in conservative Christian that basically they called America Canaan. They said that the Christians are the chosen people and America is Canaan and the Native Americans are the Canaanites. That was actually a part of the doctrine of Manifest Destiny. So for them, the kingdom of heaven is America. That's why they're so invested in it. But if you go into the scriptures, America's not the kingdom of heaven. That's not what we're supposed to be looking for. We're supposed to be looking towards a heavenly country, which is really the land of Israel, but it's going to be heavenly through the Yahweh Shai, because the Lamb will be there. So that shows you Christianity is all messed up, and Volkan Malone's over here trying to get at us. Get at your own people, because they're out here voting for the lesser of two devils.
Second Corinthians chapter 6, verse
We ain't
14.
voting for Satan. You vote for Satan?
Hell no. Volkan probably voted.
Volkan
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
voted for
yeah.
Satan, yeah. He's so soft, he probably voted for the Green Party.
To be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness?
Yeah,
Right?
you had Batman voting for Trump. That's a fact. And that should tell you all you need to know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what communion have light with darkness?
That's right.
Got no business with that, man. You know?
I still ain't heard about Trump saying he's going to take down the apotheosis of Washington, or of George Washington, from the Capitol building, because that's obvious witchcraft.
It's all lies, man. He was supposed to put Hillary in prison.
Why ain't he saying we need to take down the Washington Monument? See, this is the thing. All these men, Alex Jones, these men
Yeah.
all support. He was exposing all that. Wasn't Alex Jones exposing all of the witchcraft in Washington D.C. and the Washington Monument is demonic? Okay, so if that's the case, then why are you not making it for Trump to break down?
Yeah.
I thought it was the Democrats were the only Satan worshippers. So really, he should say, yeah, and we're going to take down the Washington Monument because it's Satan. It's a symbol of Satan.
Yeah.
It's still going to be there, right? Because he's part of that whole witchcraft. He's channeling all that same energy.
So,
Yeah.
Second Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
That's why we as the Hebrew Israelites, man, we don't pick no sides. We don't give a damn about none of the bullshit that man be playing. That's why we ain't for Hamas. We ain't for no one except Yahweh Shai. We on our own side, because we know that these people out here is Satan, especially Esau. And we don't give a damn what Esau calls himself. Esau could call himself a Christian, Dalai Lama, Buddhist. We don't care what face he wants to put on. He's the devil, man.
I'll say this, man, because we've already chosen a side, or the side that we've already chosen that, man. And we're not a part of this world. We're not choosing this world at all. Right? This world is not for us, man. So to vote in it would be completely irrelevant. You know, we've chosen Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And so, hey, what we expect for this place is destruction. You know?
Yeah, we don't consent to our captivity, man. We have to be in this captivity, but I'm not giving my consent. I don't agree. Okay? I don't agree. So that's why nobody ain't getting my tick, because I don't agree.
Yeah, none of us agree.
We don't agree. I don't agree that the trans should be here at all. So I'm not going to agree to defund nothing. I would only agree to making it illegal.
Yeah.
Absolutely illegal.
The only thing we're in agreement with is that nuclear missiles need to touch
That's
America. Burn
Oh,
that place asunder.
it. Rolling
Yep.
with these man.
And
These
we ain't got to vote for that to happen.
Yeah, we ain't
It's not in your
got
control.
the majority on that.
Go to, so,
I'm just gonna read this real quick. James 4:4. Ye adulteresses and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High.
Yep.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High.
Yep.
So that's why we're not for this world. We don't care about their policies, all these politics, all these politics, and all these things going on in the system and all that. Because this system is, set up to befall us anyway. This place needs to be destroyed, man. So we don't care about anything that goes on in this system. This system was set up to come up against us anyway.
This man openly said, like, yeah, he's for AIPAC. You guys, one thing he didn't do, he definitely said, yo, I'm with these Zionists 100%.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? But that's, you don't even get more deep state than that.
Yeah.
He's against the deep state, but he's Zionist. He's
Yeah.
down with what? These people are insane, man.
And people still can't see it. Like,
They don't want to see it.
Yeah.
They don't want. That's it. They don't want to see it, man. They're. It's just like a con man. You know, when a man get con, and they've already sent that Nigerian prince, like, all their money, and they don't. And you're trying to tell them, man, bro, they ain't gonna. You need to stop sending them money. No, it's real, because they don't want to admit they've been con, so they're gonna keep it going. So, no, Matumbu said he's gonna send me $1 million. I just need to send him another 5 grand. Yeah, bro, you've been scammed. Nah, they won't accept it because they already invested.
I've got the etymology of the word vote.
Oh,
It says a formal expression of one's wish or choice with regard to a proposal candidate. Now it says here a vow, wish, a promise to a god,
Mhm.
and it says a solemn pledge and dedication.
yeah. And you know what I found out about the American so-called democratic system, right? With this voting thing, did you know that your vote is actually only ceremonial because you vote for the elector, but the elector can still go in January and vote for who he wants. Did you know that? Yeah, technically, right? So you know they do this thing with the whole electoral votes, and then it's the electoral voters, these guys that are voted in at the government, the local level, right? They then go and they will say, okay, Trump is the president, and that's how he gets inaugurated. That's how he actually becomes president through the electoral votes, not the votes of the people. That's why the popular vote doesn't win. It's the electoral votes. Those guys, there's no mandate for them to vote the way the people said they wanted them to vote. So they could just turn up, yeah, and make Harris the next. Not saying they will. I'm saying technically they can go and put their vote, their electoral vote to whoever they want. That shows you how much the system is bullshit.
Like if I could say, that makes sense. I was watching a news piece a few days ago. There was one guy that's predicted every single president for the last 15, 20 years. He was saying, when I'm making these predictions, there's no point looking at what's on the TV concerning the statistics, because that doesn't actually matter. And he actually went into what the elder was talking about. That's what you got to watch.
Yeah, the electoral vote. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that just shows you how much the whole thing is a ceremony where they're just making you think that you have some kind of power, because ultimately, on the books, you don't. They could literally go and put Harris in right now, legally, and all you would say, but we voted for Trump. Yeah, but the actual electoral vote, the guy that takes that vote can vote wherever he wants. He's not mandated by the people. It's a joke, man. But you never know.
Something can happen, yeah. Revelations 20:7. That's the heading reads, Satan freed, doomed. It says that. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall
And
go.
that's you Edomites. And there weren't no Republican or Democrat. It's just you Edomites. You as a whole, beginning with your elite, represent Satan, the adversary to the Most High, the adversary to his people. That's who you are. Go on.
And verse 8, and shall go out and to deceive the nations which are in the 4 quarters of the earth.
And that can only apply to Esau. The only people that have the reach to actually exert their influence throughout the 4 corners of the earth is the so-called white man. Because we could go down the list. Would you say that the Chinaman has influence throughout the 4 corners of the earth? No. No one don't even know who the Chinese Secret Service is. No one deals with Chinese media. Like for the longest while, China wasn't even a thing, really. It's only in recent times China's becoming more of a thing.
Most people couldn't tell who their president was. Or what party is in rulership.
The Hamites, well, we could just jump all the Hamite nations together. They don't have the power to influence no one in the earth. You could look at the Elam. Is Elam got influencing and got his in NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and his the one group of people that actually have gone to literally everywhere on the planet Earth and have got their agents everywhere and then James Bond and all that. It's Esau. The one person whose media is dominant throughout the whole earth, like Hollywood, is Esau. Even the music. You could go to I got this app that you can listen to radio stations from all over the world, and you will find Edomites and their music, meaning, like Western music, no matter where you are, on the mainstream channels, playing their songs.
So, Psalms 37 verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree.
That's right. Esau's the so-called white man. That's how we know Satan is the one that spread himself throughout the earth, man. And has manipulated everyone and has lied and deceived and set up all these systems where everyone else is copying this 2-party bullshit democratic system. which is nothing but a system of deception, because you got the people behind the scenes that really running everything, and they're not held accountable because why? They're not out there on Front Street. The only person can be held accountable is the one that's on Front Street, or we'll get rid of him and put another puppet in. And you never really get at the real people, the real families that's really running what's going on.
Real shadow government.
Like back in the ancient world, when you had kings, if the people wanted to hold someone accountable, you knew exactly who was to blame.
Yeah.
That's why they would go up. Like, whoa, look at the French Revolution that Esau set up. The people turned on the nobles. They didn't have to worry about. They didn't use no weirdo terms. If you ask the average person, oh yeah, the deep state. So who is that? They won't be able to tell you who and where they are because it's just terms.
Yeah. But they would know their lords and
But exactly, you go back before, the man that was running shit was on Front Street, all of them. That's why they grabbed them up. You know, Esau set it up to grab them up and chop off their damn heads. And they were like, oh shit, okay, this is a bit mad. So if you're out on Front Street like this, if these people rebel against you, they could get at you. So you know what we'll do? We'll set up this fake political system where we'll put a bunch of puppets out there on Front Street, and the real power brokers will stay in the background. So when they fuck with the people, we could just get rid of them and flip someone else in there.
Well, that's why these nations are run by corporations now. They've usurped the power over traditional governments and monarchies and that kind of stuff, but they're all fucking in debt to the elite bankers, the elite banking families are really pulling the strings. So these men are in the background, like brother's saying. So when shit goes wrong in your nation, you don't really know who's really doing all that shit, really. You just blame the person that you see.
And even if a company does something, now, okay, but who's running the company? Okay, you might go to the CEO, but really, you got all these investors that's hiding behind BlackRock and all this. Esau's the devil, man.
They're the true kings of the earth.
Just like the whole Trump thing. It's very difficult to the average person. If you ask them, well, who funded Trump? The only person they'll be able to name is Elon Musk. But you got Peter Thiel and all these guys, and then when you trace Peter Thiel, you'll see that he does business with guys that are funding Kamala Harris. So when you go above, they'll all start merging together.
The only thing you do know is that they're all the small hats, no? That's the main thing.
They're all working to the same agenda.
And the wicked elite that run this society, that run the world behind the scenes, the underground kings, as some brothers call them, like they're so-called small hats, man.
You don't see them, man. They get the celebrities to come out and endorse these political candidates, but you never see these big elite families come out on the TV and endorse. I've never seen a Rothschild come out and say, "Oh, I endorse
in the campaign."
Kamala," or you never see that. Why? Why don't you ever see one of these big heads of these elite families come out and actually endorse someone? Why is it always celebrities? Because them man want to stay in the background. They want to stay away from it. When they're the ones that's really pulling the strings. Donald Trump was bankrupt. He was bailed out by the Rothschild Bank years ago. They've been owned that man. They've been owned that man from way back. That's a fact. You can look it up. The Rothschilds bailed him out when he went into bankruptcy. But the elites hate him, you know.
Oh, that. The Psalm 64 and I'll start from verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, for the insurrection of the workers of iniquity."
The Bilderberg, I think they were. I was looking up. Both of them man was Peter Thiel and them. They were Bilderbergers as well.
Probably.
You got the Bilderberg meeting. You got all that stuff. These are the men that's pulling and shaking what's going on out here. The secret council of the ungodly. Now, if it's a secret council, then that means that secret council is more powerful than when this dickhead Trump or Kamala Harris comes out and starts opening their mouth. Because when they're opening their mouth, they're saying things they don't mean. But when these men get in these secret councils, the things they're saying is what they want, and they're actually gonna go out there. You got Micah 2-on-1. They don't go into these Bilderberg meetings, right, and discuss a plan and not execute the plan. The reason they're discussing the plan is because they're going to execute that plan. Now, you might have a politician and they'll give you a whole bag of policies and tell you they're going to do this and do that. Then when they get into power, damn near like flipping 75% of what they said they were going to do, they never do, because it was only fluff to get you to be like, oh yeah. When in reality, that was never part of the agenda that they're actually going to push. And that's what you got to understand. The secret
They-
council.
They push a bunch of stuff that was never mentioned.
Yeah.
You know.
It goes back to what the owners of the society really want to do. And their plans, oh, we're going to introduce a bill. Yeah, you could do that, but whether that bill passes or not is the question.
That's what all these summit meetings are about, man. You know, Davos and all these things here, man. Because what these politicians and these you know these heads of state or whatever they come to meet and talk about isn't necessarily what they've campaigned on, you know, nationally. You know what I'm saying? What they talk about there is really with the agenda they're trying to push as a group.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, because when you check it out, they're all pushing the same mindset.
Yep.
That's what I told you about being one with the beast and all that.
And
That's why the
One mind.
biometrics, you know, the CBDCs,
Yep,
you know,
yeah,
the contactless, all of this stuff, and it's happening. The
But-
universal
But
basic
they'll
income.
manage it by, this man's a bit, you're going to play the left and you're going to play the right, and we're going to do this thing.
yeah.
But ultimately,
We're gonna put on the show.
they put on a show,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah.
agenda's going to keep going forward.
It's all mind manipulation and witchcraft. That's what they do, man. That's how they run it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Right. Now, ultimately, that don't really go into these dickheads like Trump because they don't have you see, a lot of these people think that Donald Trump can wake up one day. Yeah. He just woke up one morning and thinks to himself, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do this. And then he gets up, he calls his secretary in, and he says, "This is what I want done." No, that's not how it works. Like
He's not the highest up on the chain.
that's not how it works. Like he doesn't have the agency people think he has. He's a puppet that's there to do a certain thing. He has overlords that are telling him he knows the boundaries. He has things that you do and you can't do. Now, can he eat a burger for breakfast? Yeah. But he isn't ultimately going to be making decisions that's going to affect the future of America because America don't belong to him. It belongs to the people that created it.
Corporation.
You know, these owners, right? You know what I'm saying? So really, it goes back to the proper elite. They have a plan for the MOTB, for the carbon, the footprint and all that.
His job is to.
And their job is to
Fulfill
go and fulfill that.
Yeah, like you just said, the elder just said that America is a corporation. What do you have in a corporation? You have the CEO, the president, whatever. Yeah. But then you have the shareholders.
Yeah.
The shareholders
The owners.
tell what the fucking president
yeah,
wants to do.
yeah.
You don't fulfill your things,
You get ready.
They said about Jerome Powell that they asked him, if Trump asks you to resign, would you resign? He said no. What kind of question is that?
That's it.
Hey, yo, we made out here.
You don't control nothing, man. He takes orders, man.
Yeah.
People think Trump's the guy. Trump is not the guy, man.
Yeah.
You need to look at the people behind him.
Yeah.
The analogy you just made with the CEO, that's exactly how it is, because the CEO, he's the face of the company, but it's the board that makes the decisions ultimately.
There's certain things that he can't just do anything once. There's
Yeah.
certain things he's got to consult on.
Yeah.
But the thing is, these people believe that. But then what happened in the first term, and all the things that he didn't do.
You know what I was telling you during the president debates, right? And Kamala Harris talking, she was asking questions. She can't answer questions for shit, right? But she was speaking about she feels it's good that she's got people around her that can basically tell her what to do, like to make decisions, because she don't know fuck all about running government. That was clear for everyone to see, really. But there's always people there in the background telling her or telling these people what to do, what to say, because they're being managed. They're being managed. That's the whole thing, that they're being managed. So what they do and what they say is all being controlled by somebody else behind the scenes, you know. But you don't see that person. You don't see that person.
Yeah, they tried to make it look like because they're building up his grandson as another character, and they're saying the idea for him to go on Joe Rogan and all these agents' podcasts for the campaign came from him. And I'm like, you people believe that? You believe that the presidential campaign and the way it was run was affected by some youths? No, the whole thing, that's elite level psyops, man, in a room somewhere has all come up with the whole thing of what they're going to do. Okay, Kamala, make sure you cackle after everything you say, because we need that to be part of your character.
Charming.
You know, we need you to, that whole thing where she was pretending to be on the phone and then showed the phone and the camera was on. You think that whole thing was staged? That was all staged, like. But people don't realize that there's people pulling strings behind the scenes on everything. to manipulate people, man. That's why it said to deceive the nations, man. Just like 9/11, deception, lies.
Very nice. Theatrics of deception. Powerful agents of the uninitiated. Um,
Yeah,
back in Psalm 64 and 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Yeah.
Says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Yeah, that's the elite, man. And they don't fear the repercussions of their recourse of their actions because for the longest time, they've been jacking up Israel since then and getting away with it. But they don't understand that the Lord set them, even the Lord, they're being controlled by the ultimate power, which is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So these elite think they're the ultimate puppeteers. Exactly.
That's
the real shadow government, man.
Shadow government.
Like, you can't see them because they're in another dimension. That's the shadow realm, man, for real life. But Esau thinks they're the top level. That's why they suffer from something called a God
Because
complex.
even when they're consulting with these demons, which they do,
They're controlled.
right? Yeah. So the demons is feeding them
Right,
lies
right,
and
yeah.
deceptions too.
So it's all gonna backfire on Esau, man. He's just playing into the Lord's hand.
They
At
said
the end of the day,
the
prophecy
deceiver
has to be
and the
fulfilled.
deceiver are his.
Yeah, Job 12. Yeah, exactly. Says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Right. That's who's the they. That's the core group of elite families that go back to when they came together 1776 to come up with this plan. Because make no mistake, like everything that's happened over the course of this history is a multi-generational plan. It's a multi-generational plan that they've passed down from father to son to continue this plan. It's not something that they came up. The idea to develop the whole technology to chip people is not something that someone came up with 10 years ago. They came up with this thing. They had visions of this thing 100 some years ago, and they've implemented each stage bit by bit how to get to where they got to now. This is a multi-generational thing.
Because remember this, like Most High comes to people in dreams and all kinds of things like this, right? So they've had visions of certain the things of the future, and they work their way towards gaining that future for themselves.
But even when you go, because there's an occultic part to all of that science, man, where they tell you, and then a lot of them science fiction writers say they had visions of certain things that they put in. Do you know what I mean?
They refined it over the time, man.
Aldous Huxley, even back then in Berkeley, was breaking down how they were going to use chemicals and technology to control people's minds and all this different stuff. And that was back then. So how has it just continued nicely to carry on?
And that's why they portray it in all these movies, man.
So when
they've seen it.
So you got all these different families, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and the other families that's joined in with them, and they get together and they reaffirm what their plans is, and they tell each other, yeah, we can do this. You know, we can become gods. And they get together and then they go and get their little minions to carry on doing what they're meant to do.
They go find the bright scientists, and they go, you know, they like with the Einstein, you know, suppose Einstein's develop these technological marvels, you know, atomic bombs and shit. They find these people to do their work. That's right. You know,
well, the Oppenheimer family is one of the main.
Yeah.
The Oppenheimer.
And then they've got the Elon Musk of the world, you know, developing Neuralink, you know, autonomous AI and all kinds of shit, man. You know.
That's the same. There you go. Why? Because going back to when you go back to 1776 and the Bavarian Illuminati, a lot of the members in the lodges were what? The top scientists, engineers, and these people that were in society, man. And all them people had family. And the thing is, when they have family and they have sons, they induct those sons into the conspiracy. That's why people, like, imagine now how many people are part of the whole structure. But people don't get that. They think it's like 10 people. There ain't no 10 people. These families are massive, and they got a whole organization set up, which makes it easier to stage things because so many people are in on it. And you're like, oh, who is this guy? And you find out, well, he's related to him. He's related to him. Yeah, because it's all the insider thing.
Yeah, and then people do like books on it, like the 13 bloodlines. They're all interrelated, man. The Jeremiah 49 and 20, just on that same point. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he has taken against Edom, and his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely you shall make their habitations desolate with them.
Yeah, and you see that there's the, you know, on right on cue, you got when he got selected as the next president, supposedly, right? You got all these people coming out saying that China said they want to have a peaceful coexistence.
Yeah, yeah.
What else do you think they're gonna say? People bought into that. All these men started clapping. See, we voted Trump in,
Yeah.
and now
It's
it's
already,
peace.
it's already working.
Well, you man retarded. So what did you want the Chinese people to say? What did you want them to
war.
come out and say? Oh, we want war. Like, of course they're gonna say,
Like they want war
Like-
with a nation that buys all their shit.
of course.
Who wants that? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
If there's a change in administration, it's natural that them man are gonna say these things. Oh yeah, yeah, maybe we could sit at the table and come to a, you know, of course they're gonna say. Or Hamas, they're saying Hamas is gonna end. First, it was never in Hamas's power to end the war. The leaders, I'll tell you another thing, the leaders of Hamas are all agents. If you didn't know that, Hamas was funded by the Mossad. Yeah, if man didn't know that. Trump can't tell them Israelis whether can't personally tell a man to end that war. Because that war wasn't set up by one man. That war is part of a conspiracy. And if Netanyahu has the green light to continue to do what he's doing, he's gonna do what he's been doing, regardless of what Trump personally wants to do anyway.
But this is it. They're just part of the show. One
yeah.
to go against the other to make it look like one's better, more righteous than the other. And
I'm
That's
going
all
to bring
bullshit.
peace. He didn't bring peace before. This
Mm.
is all bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't tell them, man, the two-state solution was going to be the only way to bring peace, and he ain't pushed that, did he? So what we doing here? Nah, the least of the flock is going to draw them out. This situation over there in the state of Israel is going to continue to foment.
Yep.
And then it's going to become a regional war, which is going to become a world war and end in the destruction of America.
That's right.
It's as simple as that. And Trump ain't going to stop that.
He's going to be the main head to lead America into that world war, man.
I said we should have took the oil.
If they're trying to say, no, it's going to be the Democrats to start World War III. They're both on the same
Yeah,
side
what
of
the hell
World
did
War
they have to do with it? But this is the funny thing. It used to be the neocons.
Yeah.
You see how it's all messed up? I thought it was the Republican neocons. Yeah, because really it didn't matter whether he was a neocon or a Democrat. They always been on war. Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize and he was bringing war. So it's got nothing to do with who the president is. America's a warlike nation and they're going to continue to fight war. He said, Trump said he's going to strengthen the American military. Well, in order to do that, you're going to have to spend money.
Mhm.
So he's going to be printing money, baby.
Yeah.
He's going to continue to print money.
Go up.
Because when he was in power for the 4 years, what was he doing? Printing.
Yeah.
You think he's going to stop printing when he gets in January the 6th?
And would Kamala have done nothing anything different?
No, they're going to keep printing
exactly
the
the
money.
same.
It's all bullshit, man. Because the deficit is part of the agenda so that when they implode it, they could bring in a new system.
Yep.
Psalms chapter 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yep.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
That's right. That's why when you had that Don that came out and exposed that there was a plan to take down these different nations in the Middle East, yeah, it didn't matter whether it was Democrat or Republican that came in. Obviously, the plan continued. So what does that tell you? Oh no, but Trump's gonna drain the swamp. These people are retarded, man. Stick to the scriptures, man. Stick to the scriptures.
Psalms 140, and I'll start from verse 1. It says, the chief musician, the Psalm of David. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war.
The wars ain't gonna stop. The wars are not gonna stop, man. They can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop, man. So they must be down with Diddy. Yeah. You got any more on that?
Verse 3, they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips a lot.
Right,
So they
because
speak with a full
Trump
tongue.
has already made it clear that he's gonna support the state of Israel no matter what they do. So he's put the battery in Netanyahu's back anyway to do whatever he wants because he knows he's still got the backing of the American military. So how is that gonna bring peace?
Verse 8, grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked, further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves, Salah. And that's
Yeah.
what the whole NWO thing is about. Them exalting themselves to make themselves the AI messiahs on the earth through their technology, right?
Yeah,
They want to make themselves gods. I remember,
The
I remember
Borg,
doing a
innit?
sit down on an article and they were saying they want to make them turn themselves into the AI messiah, man.
Well, no, but he wants to turn his supporters into gods.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
no, you know,
Sure.
they want to turn themselves into gods,
That's
man.
it, man.
He falls
That's what
behind
it's about.
on Elysium.
Esau, at the end of the day, Esau knows that they come back from the line of Esau Edom, man. They know they can trace their line back. That's why the Rothschild changed their name from Bauer to Rothschild in the first place. That's
Yep.
in the history,
They
man.
want to take that birthright.
They
man.
want their birthright. They're bitch hurt, man. They want that birthright back, man. But they don't seem to understand is they're never gonna get it back. No matter what you do, man. How many Israelites you kill, no matter what you try. They're even so brave that they're gonna try and fight the Lord when he comes back. That's how, insane these devils are, man. But the Lord won't destroy them. Won't destroy them all, man. No, that's it.
Yeah, go back to Jeremiah. It was something in Jeremiah 51. Yeah, keep going in that because it's something I want to get down to. I think verse 35.
Sometime.
But there might be some good stuff. No, keep going, man.
Okay, from 13.
Yeah, is Trump outlawing all the idolatry in America? Or he's just great Christian? Well, one of the principles of
So tear down all the groves, right?
yeah, tearing down all the groves. Is he out? Is he banning the straight up Church of Satan?
Because that would deprive the world of its democracy, right?
Well, that's what happens when you've got in your constitution religious freedom. So then basically, your constitution allows for the worship of Satan.
Shouldn't be.
Freedom of religion. That's what America pushes.
Your constitution
Freedom of
allows for the worship of Satan, and that's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, you can worship Satan if you want.
But it makes sense because America is known as the borders of wickedness. They had a church of Satan. over
Yeah,
there,
they got
man.
the Church of Satan, man.
That ain't anywhere else on the earth.
It shouldn't be acceptable in a Christian,
Yeah.
so-called Christian nation. It shouldn't be acceptable.
That's crazy.
Freedom of religion.
But it wasn't based on being a Christian nation. That's the whole point. You know, your nation was built upon masonry, man.
That's right. That's their version of righteousness.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
No, at the very least, if you're actually outright worshiping Satan,
Yeah,
that should be illegal. Yo, come on, like,
No, but that's against Christianity. Anyway, Christianity
yeah.
tells you that witches are not allowed.
That should be an executive order. Like, if straight away, the Church of Satan, the Wiccan, they need to disband that and put them in jail.
I mean, even during the Dark
At
Ages,
the very
at
least.
least Jake had enough sense to burn witches
Yeah.
at the stake and all that, man. Like,
Well, let's say
Esau was trying to-
they'll persecute witches, yeah, but Satan's okay though.
Yeah,
Worship
like,
Satan.
kind of like-
Yeah, man's coming out with horns, man's dressing up like Elon Musk did. Remember the Halloween before?
Just
He
like
dressed up
Cain
like
and all that.
Satan.
like
He had the
Cain and shit,
Baphomet on his chest. And that's the guy these Christians no, it's insane. The God, that's their champion. The guy's actually dressed up like Satan.
He's supposed to be the
Techno
savior,
Jesus,
yeah.
man.
Jeremiah 51:12. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes. For the Lord have devised and done that which he hath spake against the inhabitants of Babylon.
Yeah, a war is coming down the pipeline, man. And it's going to touch the shores of America. And it will be the last war that America is ever involved in.
Well, that's why they keep saying this is going to be the last election. They know that after that Third World War is
The
over.
man stand up there and say, after you elect me, there won't even need to be another election. I was like, what?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
But
So
that's
in
those
4
secret
years,
words.
what are you going to do in 4 years that's going to fix everything? That's
Four
insane.
years is not a long time. You owe me to fix what America needs fixing.
Yeah, like, what do you...
You know what I'm saying? But that's them speaking in code,
Yeah.
letting you know things, man. Like we were talking in the car, they let you know
that's
things,
that
but
leakage, man.
they let you know
they're
things,
telling
but
the
they're not
truth, but
saying what it is.
yeah.
You know?
Because their version of saving America isn't your version of
Yeah,
saving America.
Yeah.
Because they have a different mindset.
But they put that in movies too.
Yeah.
They're backing somebody, yeah, I'm going to say this and that, but they realize that, how he was going to go about doing it wasn't what I thought.
Yeah, it wasn't what you thought.
Mm.
Their version is mass depopulation rather than chipping.
It says, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come.
Right, dwellest upon many waters and abundant in treasure. That was the riches that America has amassed over the years.
Through slavery. It says, and thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness.
Covetousness, man, the consumerism, which is a big deal right now, because now which we're gonna get to the bottom of it. He's thinking apparently he's gonna save America by putting all these tariffs on Chinese goods. I'm skeptical about how that's gonna work out. Yeah, but you know the covetousness of the American culture.
Yeah.
You know, they want everything. The American corporations want everything. They've just been predatory throughout the whole world. Trump ain't against that. He wants that to continue. If Trump had his way, all the mega American corporations would own the entire planet, and he'll be like America first.
Yeah. Making the world great again.
Well, he gave 6.2 trillion to the fucking the mega corporations during the seating. 6.2 trillion. Oh,
Says he have made the earth by his power, he have established the world by his wisdom, and have stretched out the heaven by his understanding. It's lucky I didn't read 14.
yeah, I'm saying
Verse 14.
that ain't decent.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You're laughing.
That's right.
Yeah. It says, the Lord of hosts, the Lord of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men, as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up and shout against thee.
That's
Says,
that war.
yeah, that war, yeah. He have made the earth by his power, he have established the world by his wisdom, and have stretched out the heaven by his understanding. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of the treasure.
That's the true power.
Out of his treasures.
Yeah, that's the true power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and his son comes with that power. And that's what we're looking towards. That's what we're looking for to save us from the hand of this devil. For the Lord to show his power, man.
Yeah, and make them to know themselves that they're nothing but men.
You dumb Negroes. If you go to the Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and the 45th and the 46th verse, it says, you shall only be oppressed. You think there's going to be a man that arises in America that gains power and authority that's not going to oppress you? Hold on.
It says no man shall buy you.
No man shall buy you.
Then it also says in Psalms that they put their trust in the oppression. Yeah, that's 2/3 of our people.
You
That's why they keep voting.
Yeah, you want Esau to love you and to change his ways to that's why you tune your ways to
And it only gets
practice,
worse.
man.
It never shows any love for you. It just gets worse.
Nah.
These
word
stupid
service.
niggas, yeah. These stupid niggas still want to put the white man in office, but he's your number one fucking enemy, man.
And then they get to see when they get like plants, puppets like Obama or Kamala Harris, thinking, oh, it's a black woman or a black man, and but they're puppets of the so-called white man of Esau.
Right.
So you're not gonna get nothing different from them. You know, they're gonna give you trinkets to appease you. That's it.
Like over there, they put this Niger thing in the conservative
no,
party. It's quite funny.
Bad enough.
We were talking about it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's just like
I knew.
So they go from Elam to
Yeah.
I knew it was
Nigeria
going to
to
do that.
whatever.
Because anything America does, Britain want to follow, innit? They want to copy. So now she's like the British commander.
Because that's a popular thing right now. So they were trying to find someone that's popular. It's like that dynamic there,
It's almost like it's the same people coming up with the storylines.
Yeah.
But
the
the thing
thing
is,
said that weeks
the
before she got
conservatives-
put in there, I saw the little speech she did on the news, and because she was speaking so eloquently and all that, kind of do this great orating. Yeah, I knew she was there. Going like, yeah, she's the next.
And
leader.
what it does by putting her in there is that the core conservative base, even though they will agree with everything he says and can't get behind her simply because she's a Nigerian.
Yeah.
So then peep how the political game works. They've now put a weak leader as the opposition versus a guy who's unpopular because he's going to be doing unpopular things, which gives him cover. Because if they'd put a strong leader, then he would have been in trouble. But now he's like, look, who's against me, man? No, their voter base ain't gonna vote for her anyway.
He's not even a baddie.
And everyone hates Starmer. Starmer, no one, even his wife don't like him, bro. Even his kids don't like him. These guys don't like him.
Starmer just needs to come out of the closet, man. He's unpopular already,
He's unpopular already, bro. He's like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not everyone hated this guy, and he was meant to be the savior.
Should have put my man in there. What's his name that was against the James? Corbyn, man. Corbyn would have been a bit more rougher.
But they didn't like Corbyn.
Yeah, they didn't like the way he's going on.
But he was anti-Sai, isn't he? You know what I mean? Research. Well, let me get this real quick. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and oh shit, I lost it. Sorry. All right, go on, get your precept, then I'll get mine.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, save the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
So you're always seeking what Esau got to say. You know, you're never seeking what the scriptures is telling you what to do and how to deal with things and how to act, right? So you're always looking for someone else's approval, someone else to follow.
And you got the prophets, but you want to listen to Nicki Minaj and Hulk Hogan and them.
Great
Let me
people.
tell you something.
And you know, these people that are all bought and paid for. Now listen, if you are in the public spotlight, you're a slave to the system. You cannot speak what you want to speak. You have to be given permission because your whole livelihood is based upon the system.
Yep.
As soon as the system desires to cut you off and the phone calls get made and you don't get booked and the magazines stop talking about you and you go into to obscurity, your whole life goes back down to McDonald's level. And people don't realize that. That's why even these influencers, man, they do what they're told.
Yeah.
Because they know that you're living based upon a system that at any moment in time, it can cut you off from the goodies, and you're going to go back to having to work in Primark with everybody else.
Back to the girl you go.
So if that's why when you see these men talking out, they've been told, you can talk out. You can say that. Say that, because we need you to play the role of like Cat Williams. Talk. Say that. Cat Williams is saying what he's saying, the things he's saying, because they've been allowed to say it.
And all of a sudden they arrest Diddy. He was talking about Diddy and he gets arrested.
But this is how people can come out of obscurity and come back and do one of these types of shows, man. Because these guys weren't doing nothing. But then they got something to say. So, you know, Esau dropped them back in there because they know he was a popular person and he's got something controversial to say. So now he's going to get that attention again. You know?
If the system really wants you to disappear, they control all the algorithms, they control all the TV shows, they control everyone. You will not be going on no streamer. They will say, look, man, I can't deal with you. And that happens to people. And you will never hear from them. You're blacklisted. You will never hear from them again. Your sub count starts getting people. You know what they could do as well? They can unsub. They can actually start where you start losing subs. They'll go and unsub people and you'll be gone. They're not gonna. The magazine's not gonna talk about you no more, so you're not gonna get no traction, and you'll go into obscurity. And they might just have someone fucking shank you and call it a mugging, and that'll be the end of it. And they won't even put that in the news. Or if they do, they'll do it. I think what's his name? Who was it? I was reading about one of these guys, one of these it was either Mozart or one of these guys from back. He died. And no one came, they made sure that no one come to his funeral or something like that, as an example, because he went against the oath. Who was it again? Damn, I forgot who it was, but basically it was either one of them musicians or them artists. He obviously, because most of them dudes are part of the occultic thing, and he must have broke the oath, and that's why at his funeral, they made it where no one carried his coffin and no one was allowed to attend, and they publicized it. And that was an example to show, man, that if you fuck about, we will fucking, that's it for you. You're done.
Was it, because I was going to ask if it was one of them artists, like, because I know like Van Gogh died like penniless. I feel like no one went
sure
to
it was Van Gogh, but I forgot who it was. I'll have to research it again. But if you go against the elite properly, so them man are worse than the cartel.
Yeah, they ruined your life, man.
Yeah, they're not gonna allow you to just be on their platforms talking shit. Yeah, you be gone. They're not gonna be like Andrew Tate, like you're all over the damn Twitter. They'll destroy you, because these men are worse than the cartel. These are real bad man.
Even I remember Tate was saying that when Ryan Garcia was spewing his bullshit on Spaces or whatever they call it.
Allegedly, yeah.
And then Tate said, look, I wouldn't want to go against them guys. He said that. He said, what do you want to do and all that? He said, I want to expose them and all that. I said, yeah, but you know.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, remember he said that. He was like, I don't know about that. Because he knows who he works for.
He knows who he works for. If he really was coming up against these people, he'd be dead or disappeared. And that was it. No one would care because no one would talk about him. Anyway, let's keep it going. Did you read the scripture you wanted? Yeah, I got Deuteronomy 28 and 29. This is for you Israelites. It says, thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Mhm.
And that is literally the story of Israel in this kingdom.
Yep.
No matter what has happened, it's always ended up we get the shitty end of the stick. Whether they got to get an agent to come in and do it or whatever they do, whether they got to pump your neighborhood full of crack cocaine, whatever they do, they'll find a way. You end up oppressed.
And if Jake try to rise up, they'll send a black leader like a Al Sharpton or a Charlotte
And they will fuck your shit up.
to pacify you.
COINTELPRO.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
control it, yeah.
they ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Never have, never
The
will.
best you can do is pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushai give you daily bread and give you certain things just to alleviate the curses and wait for the Yahweh Shai's coming. Don't
Jake don't want that. Jake want the American dream, huh?
Yeah, well, you know how you're gonna get the American dream, and it ain't and fuck that Diddy party shit that they keep talking about. Cause Diddy weren't the only parties. They trying to focus on Diddy. So if he went to a Diddy party, but if he didn't go to a Diddy party, you know that shit's happening all the time everywhere.
Yeah, the whole
There's all kind of hidden parties and dungeon parties happening. Even here in London, there's all kind of swingers parties and dungeon parties happening all the time. It's not just one specific party that you go to, or you go to Epstein Island, bro. That's everywhere.
Why is the gate that leads to destruction?
Yeah,
man?
like-
there's multiple, man.
All that shit is just to distract people from the fact that it's more prevalent than just Diddy.
Yeah, man.
It's
They
not even the
had
worst of them.
Even had that movie come out last year, Babylon, with Brad Pitt and that other blonde hair bitch from the Barbie movie, and they show you that was Hollywood in the beginning in the early 1920s and how it was all started. There was just bare sex parties, bare cultism, bare. Bruv, that movie's sick.
Diddy
If you see
started
that, yeah.
Diddy started it. It's
Diddy
all
was
about
there,
Diddy.
definitely there in the
Diddy's a
reincarnation.
victim to the system, man. He's just redoing what the
Yeah,
Harriet
Diddy
comes
was-
from.
Diddy was brought into that.
If you see that movie, man, you see the debauchery. I didn't even watch the whole thing because it was getting too nasty. They was doing a lot of shit, and this is what they do, man. They're freaks, man. What do you think?
Yeah, so if you want the American dream,
yeah, you
in
gotta
reality,
partake.
that's really what you got to do.
You
If
gotta
you
do
want to live that luxurious, super luxurious American lifestyle that vast majority of Americans will never achieve a day in their life, just check the numbers, then you need to sell out and become part of the system and oppress the people.
That was just like all that Diddy party shit. That's just modern day Pompeii. We were doing that shit 2,000 years ago, man. And that shit got hit with that volcano action.
You got something?
Was it Niccolo Machiavelli? The person you was thinking about?
What did they say happened at his funeral?
Says, despite his significant contribution to political theory, died in relative obscurity and poverty. His reputation was tainted by his association with the cunning and often ruthless ideas presented in The Prince.
Yeah, I was
Nah,
gonna say,
nah,
probably
It's not that.
but
It should say specifically that at his funeral, like he had a poor, like they no one attended. No one. They made sure that no one attended his funeral, and I believe something to do with. Anyway, I'll find it if I can find it. But you brothers carry on, and then let me see. I'll find it.
Go now. Is there? Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. Right? So if you're invested in this world, man, that is the path is going to lead you down is destruction. You know, this place was never set up for us.
Yeah, it was Mozart. I think it was Mozart. Oh, you found it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was asking the robots.
Yeah, this brother, man. Yeah, it was Mozart. He was buried in a common plot. Like and no one attended his because he broke the oath. And that was like a public way of showing everyone else this is what's gonna happen to you. They just buried him in like some normal grave. No one attended. You know what I mean? God, why do you think no one attended? Because they put the word out. No one. If you go, you're gonna follow him. Follow him.
And the spiritual, yeah. Follow him, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're spiritual, you know, in the reincarnations, Mozart, Bonaparte, Mozart, you know, he came back as prince. And the same thing happened to him with the industry, man. He was up there talking about against the industry in the night, in his speeches at the award show. He was talking against the elites, and they got rid of him as well. They buried him in some shallow grave.
Gave him his name. So
Yeah.
he changed his name. Well,
Yeah,
didn't give himself a name.
He was against the elites, man, and they got rid of him.
Who?
Prince.
Oh yeah. They got
Yeah, that was
killed his
him.
ass, yeah.
So that makes kind of perfect
Yeah,
sense.
that what happened. They would just get rid of you. They got a million ways to kill you. They'll just kill you. They ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're worse than the cartel, these man. That's how they keep people in line. There's real fear. They will fucking get rid of you. Because remember, these men are behind closed doors slaughtering babies, bro.
Hey,
These are not no type of people that are just fucking around.
if I could say, because he's talking about Prince, right? It says Prince, the iconic musician, passed away. Whatever. Following his death, there was no large public funeral.
Oh shit.
Instead, Prince's family held a private ceremony attended only by close friends,
There
family
you
members,
go.
and
So
a
the
small
same thing
group.
as
Yeah.
Same
Mozart.
spirit.
Yeah.
Same spirit.
Yeah,
man.
so he probably broke the oath.
Back
And they
then,
said, yeah, we ain't. But
yeah.
when Michael died, it was a big fucking,
Yeah, it was a
you know.
big deal.
Yeah,
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 See how they, see.
Then they say,
So that was probably a clue that they took his ass out, man. They said, listen, you
They
ain't
say
getting
Prince died in
celebrated.
the elevator.
elevating.
But a lot of these
Oh,
guys
yeah,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah,
they go,
yeah,
they
yeah,
do
the
it for the
panic.
immortality, you know.
Whoa, shit.
Cryptic, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of when you see these guys like Alex Jones and they're so big and all this money and they're doing all these things and they're coming at bro, just like you know it's bullshit.
They're allowed to be.
Because they'll never be allowed to be that vocal if they weren't allowed to be that vocal. If they really wanted to get these man out the way, they would get man down.
Well, it wouldn't be hard to find.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
these man got all kind of connections.
These man
Assassins
have
and
your,
all kinds
have
of
your
things
daughter
on.
in a room
Yeah,
fucking hogtied, blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like have your
Send you
mother hogtied.
Send you the
man.
webcam making you watch.
But like I said, Tate wouldn't even be coming up against the fucking Mexican cartel. And you telling me he's coming up against the deep state? Fuck off.
They took my Bugatti.
You know what I mean?
They
Like,
took my watches and my Bugatti.
Yeah.
and then they gave him back.
Yeah.
Now he's getting them back. So it was all
Yeah.
bullshit.
Because you remember in that program Utopia, man, and then the British one, the British version, you had one like politician who was trying to get up against them, and they basically had him suicided, man. They came in, the forensics sprinkled the drugs on him.
The weapons inspector. You remember the weapons inspector, like, and he tried to have integrity and saying there ain't no weapons of mass destruction. in
Right.
the world. And he
Right.
went out into the woods and committed suicide.
Right.
Just ran there. He just
Yeah.
That's what happens when you actually fucking talk against the elites.
Yeah,
They without ceremony, you just commit. You'll be executed in the
Suicide.
woods somewhere,
Yeah.
and they'll just come out in the news and say you committed suicide, and then that will be it. No one will talk about you
Case
again.
closed.
Case closed. What's his the other guy?
What the pop singing.
What about the one that shot himself twice in the head with a shotgun? The one that exposed the CIA. They were doing the drugs.
Spoke about it before.
Yeah, the journalist. I forgot his name, but he also committed suicide. Got shot himself twice in the head with a shotgun. This is really what happens to man.
Like, even if you did shoot yourself the one time, yeah,
How did he
the
shoot
pain
himself
would be
twice
so
in the
much
head?
you wouldn't want to do it again, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went too far, and that happens all the time, and you won't hear about it. But these type of people get killed and disappeared all the time, because that's what the
And that's
you know.
and that's why it's important for the police forces, right, the justice system to be on the paid books.
Yeah.
They're masons. They're all on it. Not let's say every last one of them, but people in prominent positions,
Now,
they're a part of it. Man.
you might say, well, why don't they do that to us? Well, first of all,
Yeah,
the spirit of the Lord is
say
protecting us, man.
That's it, the
The,
angels
the
are around.
spirit ain't with these other people. The spirit of the Lord is protecting us. But if you notice, they don't put us on mainstream TV.
They know there was a
What, you think they're gonna take Apostle Tahar and put him on fucking Piers Morgan? Hell no. They're like, no, we don't want people to know about it like that. But they'll put Andrew Tate on Piers Morgan. Yeah, because they want man to know about this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, 'cause they say all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so any type of attention is going to garner interest, man. You know, and they don't want that. You know,
Yeah.
with this truth. They
If
don't
you
want
see
that.
your hero on mainstream TV, just know, fam.
and those wicked elite, they know that their main threat against their new NWO is the prophets. We're the number one threat, man. They know that we got a power that's backing up, but they can't do it. Shalom,
Now, these camps that sold out, there's a good chance you'll start seeing them on mainstream TV. Why?
Yeah, you see the IUICs.
Why? Because they're controlled.
they're controlled.
But they're not going to put someone they don't control on mainstream TV. That's not how it works. Anyone you see on mainstream TV is under control, especially if they're on there regularly.
Yeah. The brother Salvation of the Elect said Gary Webb.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Gary Webb. Gary Webb. Yeah, he shot himself twice in the head with a shotgun. That, you know, yeah.
I've got a preset if I can.
Well, these men have got real killers, man, and they know how to kill you and make it look like an accident.
Yeah.
You know?
Self-inflicted.
There's even a term called forced disappearance.
It's like kinetic action, isn't it?
They can actually disappear you,
Yeah.
legally. No one knows where you are, your loved ones. They don't have to.
Oh, the
information.
The Patriot, the NDAA.
Yeah.
which Trump didn't repeal, by the way.
Yeah.
Under the NDAA, the U.S. government can force disappear you
Yeah.
and not give any explanation. But Trump, obviously, on the first day of office, when he got in last time, he made an executive order to get rid of all that patriot. He must have done it, obviously, innit? Because he's against all that. So he must have just repealed it. He's power now. Fucking idiots, man.
Yep.
They rely on you forgetting shit, man. Go on.
Okay, real quick. It says Psalms 34:7, the angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them.
Yeah, so they might want to, and they consult them demons, and them demons are like, nah, like, yeah,
You can't go against.
nah, do it this way,
Yeah.
do it that
It's
way.
like Balak and Balaam, man. You know,
Yeah.
was it Balak was trying to get at the Israelites with Balaam. I can't get the name
Yeah.
stuff. Right, but Balaam was giving them counsel not to because he received the visions from the Lord. He's like, nah, you can't rise against them. You know, you're gonna get fucked up.
Because everything these men do, they're guided by their the spirits. But a lot of people don't realize that they seek to like the astrology and they seek to the demons and they have seances to like plan stuff out. You know?
Yeah, the stars don't say it, they're not gonna go do it.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
You know,
they're
they have to
on
wait for right times. You know.
Well, Sherry Blair used to talk about that collapsing in number 10 with the white lights and all that stuff.
Crazy.
They were witches and warlocks, man.
Yeah.
Including
She
Trump.
looked like a damn-
Yeah, go
That's
on.
all
And then
it is.
you still got Jeremiah 51, innit? What time is it?
Matthew
5:20.
16 and verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Yeah.
Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Yeah, man. Hey, keep your integrity. That's why the scripture says, even unto death. Even unto death, you gotta retain your integrity. It's better to do it that way. But a lot of our people don't have that inclination, and that's what makes it easy for Esau to have all these men on the payroll. All these people on the payroll, they're sick, disgusting people, man. That's why when the seating happened, they just all rolled out and was telling people to take it.
Yeah.
Every single last one of them. They would just tell you, take it, take it, take it, take it. Yeah, because they're all on the payroll. They have to do. Whenever an agenda needs to be pushed, they don't choose whether they whip it or not. They're told whether to be whipped or not.
As I say, because in this world they've got the saying that everybody has a price, right? But those without integrity, obviously they can be bought, right? Those with integrity, they're not going to be bought, you know. But they know all they got to do is say the right things, and you'll do it.
And they'll tell you something. They'll tell you to be quiet too. Yeah, don't say nothing. And we don't want your character to be involved in this. Where was Kanye? Where was Kanye? He started the whole MAGA black man for MAGA thing, and he was disappeared out of the show. Just like when you got stage left, exit stage left.
You didn't even see him wear a hat. You didn't
Where
even see him
was
walk.
Kanye through this whole campaign? He should have been there because he started this thing, right? He should have been there to glory. Yeah. I've made a
Should have been on
start.
stage.
Trump,
Should have been on stage.
Yeah.
On the stage, a narcissist like that. He went up, yeah, because they said, listen, you fall back. You done your job already. Fall back. I thought they were all against him and all that. Anyway, let's keep Jeremiah going, man.
Jeremiah 51:17. Every man is brutish by his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image.
Yeah, America's the land of idols, man. And guess what? Trump is now an idol. In Trump we trust, and in the eyes of a lot of these Republicans, Trump is an idol, man. They worship this man. You know, America's filled with idols, man. Go on,
For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity, the work of errors. In the time of their visitation, they shall perish.
all of the idols of America are going to be destroyed when them thermonuclear missiles drop, man. Simple as that. Oh shit, what happened there?
Jeremiah 51 and
Satan.
19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, but he is the former of all things.
Our portion, when it says the portion of Jacob, it ain't talking about Jacob. It says the portion of Jacob. What's our portion that's been given unto us? The Heavenly Father. And vocab, that's because we're the seed of Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why the Heavenly Father is our God is because the Lord made a covenant with Abraham that he would be a God unto Abraham's seed, and Abraham's seed would be his people. That's why it says the portion of Jacob and not the portion of humanity, because the Most High isn't humanity's portion.
And it's not a spiritual seed either, man.
Oh, no, man.
That video, you know, you could sit down the other day and he was saying, yeah, the spiritual seed and all that.
I don't know about that.
Where's that in the scripture?
It ain't in there. That's why I said when you look at it through the lens of Jesus. Oh, I don't know what
Yeah,
bear
yeah,
goggles them are.
It could be.
It could be if I think. Man. It's always been Jacob is the portion of the Lord. And by the way, Jeremiah 51 links up with Revelations 18, which is end times prophecy. So deal with that. That's why they don't like to deal with the eschatology, because when you then go into the prophecies and the prophecies then line up with the revelations and the end times, you got to ask yourself, well, what role does a Christian play in this? Because it ain't talking about it's talking about the people of Israel.
Yeah, all the time.
The people that are going to be delivered from Babylon the Great are the Israelites.
Yep.
And that's a seed of people, because when you go back into the prophecy, it was very specific that it's talking about a seed of people.
Yeah.
Hence, to even
Name-
Revelation
name.
still mentions the tribes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, there would be no need if it wasn't about Israel at all. There wouldn't be no need to mention the tribes again, man, because it would be irrelevant.
Yeah,
It's
if it was just open to everyone, why is it always mentioned about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob?
But you
Well,
can
open
keep
to
that
everyone.
belief vocab, and I hope the Lord keep you in terror until the missiles come.
Because he loses sleep.
But that's up to the
He is,
Lord.
he is.
But I hope that the Lord preserve you through all the terrors that's about to come. That you have 1 million heart attacks, man, and you survive. You know the
Yeah,
one. You just, you know, when a man just like, yo, just kill me now, but he ain't gonna die. Just pure hell.
Yeah, well,
And then the Lord preserve you so that you can see the apostles and them getting beamed up, and then you get blasted, man. And maybe you could drop a one last 16 before the missiles hit. But it's up to the Lord how he deal with you, and his judgment will be the proper judgment. It's not up to me. But that would be nice. So,
Yeah, you know.
very nice.
and Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
We are the rod of his inheritance, man.
Yep.
The Lord is dealing through inheritance. Israel is the people of the Most High. And what does it mean by inheritance? Meaning it's something you're born in. You don't earn inheritance, man.
No, you don't.
You don't
You have
earn
to
an
come from
inheritance.
your line.
Listen, ask Prince Harry, ask Prince William,
What did you do?
ask Prince Charles. Did Prince Charles earn the fact that he's the King of England? Prince Charles is the King of England because his dirty mother dashed him way out the side. You know what I mean? She squirted him out on a table somewhere with horns and all that. Scale.
Damien.
Inheritance isn't something you earn. You don't earn an inheritance. It belongs to you by birth. Yeah, Isaac received an inheritance from Abraham. Isaac didn't earn that inheritance. From the day Isaac was born, he received that inheritance. Jacob didn't earn his inheritance. Jacob received the inheritance by birth. The 12 tribes, it tells you in the book of Sirach, I believe it's at 45. He said the lot rested on the 12 tribes. Yeah, go on.
Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord Yahweh thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you are more in number than any people, for you are fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he will keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, have the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen and the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. So that was the point, man. Like it was promised to, well, a promise that was made to Abraham.
Yep.
Right? And the Most High is not a breaker of oaths. Right? The Lord is not a breaker of oaths.
Yep.
And so anything that was promised to Abraham, well, you see, was promised, right? And so we're inheritors of those promises. It doesn't belong to nobody else. It can't be given to somebody else.
No, you can't earn it, man. It's a privilege.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
Israelite privilege. And we
You
agree with
can't
that.
say, "Oh, I believe as well now."
No.
I should be part of the inheritance. No, that's not how it works.
It don't work.
And just because Abraham was the father of many nations, they're not all his seeds. It said his
That's right.
Abraham's seed. It's specific
Well,
about
the
Abraham's
many
seed.
nations, is
Is
the
Israel,
Israelites.
yeah.
When you go
That's what
into
it's talking
the
about.
covenant, it said
Yes, yes.
father of many nations. That whole
Jacob's
was talking
promise,
about
yeah.
Israel, because the scripture says that
To be a
Jacob
company
is a
of
nation and a company of nations, man.
Yeah.
The Ishmael and them were never included in the
Yeah.
covenant. They're never
Yeah,
included in the
we
covenant.
understand
No.
of the seed.
They're just side man. They're just loose seed that got sprayed out.
That's it. And even though he was the firstborn, the promise didn't go to him because the line didn't go through him.
They don't
man.
have not even a
He
bit of
wasn't
inheritance.
the chosen. That's why I mean being chosen is important.
So fuck Dubai.
You ain't eating with them, man. Them man got their blessings, man. It says that Ishmael's going to be a 12 princes. And
Yeah, he became
they
a
got their
nation.
blessings.
They became a nation. He didn't go out into the wilderness and die out.
No.
Man had his posterity, but they didn't receive the true
promises.
inheritance, which is to be the sons of God, to be the royal people on earth.
Well, just like Esau he received the blessing.
Yeah.
Right? He said he's Tyre worship. He's not got the blessing.
No.
That's why it has to come to an end.
In fact, his curse overcome his blessing.
Mm.
Because the curse is what matters.
Yeah.
He's gonna be eradicated.
Right.
All right, go on, mate.
Go on to read that.
No, I want to keep reading there, but we was reading something just now, innit? Didn't we? About
Yeah,
oh no, I was gonna look something up where it talks about. Yeah, but you know, it's in the scriptures, man. The inheritance is by a lineage. It goes from father to son.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of receiving that inheritance, and we're receiving it through Yahweh Shai. But if you ain't part of that seed line, you can't be part of that inheritance. Period.
And then it's even the same within Israel. It's different. Israel's got different positions, right? You're from a particular tribe. You have rights to a particular land in Israel, and so on. You can't have somebody else's land, you know, or the priesthood. It only belongs to the line of Aaron. You know, you can't just become these things because you want to.
Yeah.
Identify.
You know, the Most High gave man positions, and the Most High put Israel to be above all nations, man, and they're to receive the promises. It doesn't include all the rest of His creation. It doesn't.
Yeah.
You know?
got the example of Abraham's servant, faithful servant, Eliezer, but he's not. He was a faithful servant, but he's not.
Yeah, it's a good man. He's a good man.
That's
you
a
know?
perfect
But-
example.
Yeah, he's not.
He
of
was
the
a
seed,
faithful servant.
Yeah.
And then that was the perfect opportunity for the Lord to show that it weren't
Man.
about
Yeah, all the
seed.
heathen would be involved.
But the Lord was like, nah, man, it's got to come out of your loins. Yeah. Meaning He gonna have to burst seed, and it would be of your
Actually,
posterity.
yeah.
And there's something special about your own child.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Brothers that got children know, yeah, you love the, you know, if you got like a nephew and all that, which again, the closer someone is in familiarity, yeah, it's something added to that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, you can see a normal child and have compassion and care for that child because obviously you might be a child, right? But when it's your nephew or something, you're like, oh, it's my nephew, because there's a closeness. But when it's your own, and they got your nose and all that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, little man.
Yeah.
You know?
There's something different about that.
Hey, can
It just is.
I get the scripture as well?
Brother, you know what I'm talking about. When it's your own, it's something different, right?
Right.
Closer, the bond, the deeper bond.
Yeah.
You gotta ask Kawhi. You gotta ask
But it's nature, deeper bonds.
yeah.
It's just natural.
You gotta ask Kabash.
Can I get the scripture?
Expert.
Right, because there's a fondness. There's a fondness that the Most High has for Abraham and Abraham's seed, man.
Yeah.
That's you know that's why it extends. That's why He has the love for us that He does, man. Even though we're fucking bastard children, man, we're acting all crazy and shit. The Lord still has that fondness for us, man.
It's just,
You know?
seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want.
Just like the Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shai, man, he got, you know, Yahweh Shai is in His image.
Yeah.
He's made in His image, so that's why the Heavenly Father blessed Yahweh Shai with so much, because that's His favorite son, man. Firstborn, first of every creature created, man.
Yep.
So he looks at him like, yeah, this is my, my prized man right here. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah. So this is from Isaiah 41, verse 8. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Because Abraham and the Most High were close. You know? And so you want to do this man right. You know, you said he's going to be this and be
Nah,
that
you
and do
fooled
this
him.
and do that.
According to
Yeah,
mine,
man.
it's like,
That's
you
not
feel
right.
hella hurt.
That's not right.
You'd be like, yeah, my seed. You're like, okay, my seed.
Man called me a
But
friend.
now it turns out in the end, it's not really my seed. It's next man. You getting cocked by next man.
Yeah.
Like, next man are just coming and their seed is really great. No, man. He promised Abraham. He said, your seed.
Yeah.
And he didn't fool Abraham. He told him
friend.
straight up. He didn't lie. He didn't deceive him. He said, "Oh, your loins, man. Your children are gonna inhabit this thing." Oh no. When I said it, it was spiritual children. No, man. What you doing, bro? You'd be pissed. Imagine your woman telling you, "Oh, these kids are yours."
Oh,
Is that your woman saying, "Yeah, all these kids are yours," yeah? And you're like, you're getting gassed and you're working hard every day, and you're taking care of them and paying for private school, all that, and then like 40 years later, when they're all big and fucking, they're all doing their thing. Oh yeah, by the way, them
your kids.
spiritually they're your children.
Yeah. You ready to kill that bitch, man?
You be
Oh,
like,
man.
bro,
man.
spiritually, yeah, they're not really. They're like, I mean, they are. They, they're not your physical seed, but they're spiritually your seed, bro. You be like, I did all this for nothing, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Unless you're gold cap, you might like it because that man a bit,
Oh, man.
But a real man would be like, nah,
Nah,
man, that's not there.
that's
This is
alright.
all messed up.
Yeah,
You be all conflicted, like,
Just one more
you
verse.
lied to me. That's what you'd say, man.
Today's the day.
It's the day, yeah.
You deceived.
Yeah, boy.
This is verse 9. It says, Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth and called thee from the chief men thereof, right? Of all the nations, right? And said unto thee, Thou art my servant. I have chosen thee and not cast thee away.
The Lord ain't cast away his people, and he ain't incorporating another bunch of people into it, man. Because these other nations are goofy, man. And they ain't meant we're just a special and royal people, and that's just how it is. We're separated from everyone else. And that's just what it is. It's a privilege. And I know Jake don't like the idea of privilege because of Esau. They think being privileged is a bad thing. But at the end of the day, Israel is a privileged people because we didn't earn the position that we're in.
No.
It's 100%. It tells you in the scripture, the children doing neither good or evil, that the will of the Lord might stand. We didn't earn being the sons of God. We were simply created that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a privilege.
Psalms 127 and 3. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hand of the mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that have his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with their enemies in the gate.
There you go. In fact, if I got another point, because we can keep just messing with your psyche, vocab. Have you doing mental gymnastics out there? If the physical seed never mattered, right? Then why did the Lord say, listen, man, if you could count all the stars, if you could break my covenant with the sun and the moon, then I'll get rid of the seed of Israel. But according to you, the seed of Israel could be anyone. So why would he even say that? If you got rid of this physical seed, then anyone could spiritually be the seed. Why? Because that physical seed matters on earth. The physical seed of Israel will always be on earth because the Lord will always have mercy on that physical seed because the Lord made a covenant with Abraham concerning it. The scripture says that he will not forsake his seed. All right. Anyway, let's carry on with Jeremiah. I want to get down to a point.
Back in Jeremiah 51 and 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, but with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Yeah, the Lord's gonna give us the power to conquer our enemies, man. Because that's what's gonna happen when the chariots come and we're changed. We're gonna come back down on the earth and completely subdue and dominate these nations, man, with superior might, superior powers. And guess what? We ain't gonna have to invest trillions of dollars in no military. We ain't gonna have to take no chemicals or no drugs. The Lord is gonna turn us into superhuman supermen. We're not. There's not gonna be no comparison.
Yeah.
No competitive inness. We're gonna be way above, like man versus ant. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna break apart these nations just like our forefathers did when the Lord was with them before. When the Lord was with Joshua, them man broke up them man.
Yeah.
They broke them man up differently. Joshua was out there dealing with man a different type of way. Bare head removal specialist, bro.
Yeah. The nations couldn't stand against it.
They couldn't stand it, man. Because when Jacob, we're a different type. When the Lord give us them powers, even before we got them, we're a different type of people, man. We're different to these other nations,
in the UFC and the
athletic.
So then with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider.
Esau's got Jake using all their athletic and military prowess playing games, man. I saw the other day there was one Jake in the NFL. Man took a pass, and then he jumped up backwards. Man had man running underneath.
Jake's invented, man.
Crazy, bro. You know the athletic, and you're doing it against other men that are like just peak level
Same
of
like you.
athleticism.
Yeah.
That's why when you go back, because war is athleticism.
Yeah.
That's what war is. You give a man a sword, it's all about body work, IQ.
Stamina.
So when you can imagine, that's why Jake was so proud back in the day, because you got all these Jakes that are doing all these sports, and you see man as just a genetic freak, yeah. But that's what their mighty men were. They were genetic freaks, super genetic freak Jakes, yeah, that were just super fast, super strong, technique, doing all that. And that's why when Jeremiah was trying to tell them, yo, them Babylonians are gonna come, them man were laughing at him like, what are you talking about? You see my man over there, bro. See my man doing backflips and that. Like,
Last time.
yeah. Government. They got gassed because we are just superior. But that don't matter. The Lord just put the curses on us, and we got smashed by a people that's really inferior to us. It's like it's like the American basketball team losing to some random team of like from Europe somewhere. Like, do you know what I mean? You're like, how these superstars getting beat by when these men are athletically just on a because the spirit weren't with them.
Right.
But really, as a people, man, we're already superhuman compared to these other nations. You get the 10,000 of the best Jakes, man, and you just put them on a. Come on, man, it's a different level out here. See, man, jumping backwards on the
spot as well.
Yeah, the elder said that's Saquon Barkley.
Yo, that dude was crazy. I saw that. That's crazy, man. But that's why Jake was so proud. Because back then we had all these mighty men, but they weren't learning to play football.
No.
They weren't learning to play basketball. Them man were learning how to use a spear and the sword and the shield and the buckler. That's how you get man like Benaiah and man like Asahel, because war is the original sport.
Yeah.
Sport is when you go back into the history of football, which was the original team sport, football and cricket, but really football. When they had football and rugby and these things, and it started becoming mainstream, it came after really World War I, World War II. And the reason they made it such a mainstream thing was they said that they needed to find a way for men to basically exert their warlike tendencies in a peaceful manner. So that's what sport is. Sport is simulated war.
Yeah.
Man are on the football, but they're doing it over a ball. In fact, in the scriptures, when you had Judah and Benjamin was warring, you had the top Benjamin that was there, and they were having a discussion, and they said, rise and let the young men make sport. And what did the scripture say? It was 12, I believe it was 12 Judahites versus 12 Benjamites. That's a team.
Yeah.
And then man just went at it, and it ended up being a draw because they was fighting hard and killed each other. Well, that's what sport is. Sport is simulated warfare without the swords and people actually getting killed. That's the original form of sport. So back then, man weren't learning, oh, let me try these step overs. Man were in the village practicing their sword game. And the man that were the best man in the village would be the man that you'd send to David. Yeah, David, we got
scouts.
You know, because every Jake is kind of sick, but you'd have that one or two Jake like, oh, they're fucking that dude. It's special. Hey, send them up to David when David needs, because David had what's it called? 12 courses of 12,000 men, I believe. That was a standing army in Jerusalem. Well, those men that were in the standing army would be the select men.
And to be a warrior was praised, man, because they were looked after well. Warriors were looked after well, man. Not like here.
Because they got the skill.
Yeah.
To show you that in the movie Troy.
And then David had his actual bodyguard team, and that had the mighty men, the 37 mighty men, man. They were the what they call the pound for pound guys, the superstars, man. But now what we got, LeBron James and all these guys running around, and they're just playing basketball. All that athletic ability, they could be chopping heads off. They're like dunking basketballs, man, for entertainment.
Can I get it quick?
Yeah.
It's from Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. And we know that how mighty David was.
Well, David was elite level.
Yeah.
Elite level, man.
And he didn't start off that way. The Most High raised him up that way, man. Put the spirit upon him to become that man.
Yeah,
because
nobody knew.
He just dealt with sheep.
Well, actually, back then he was a warrior. They didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know because he was out there fighting bears and lions, bro. Natural ability.
You had the thing that you used to carry, which is a staff with an actual thing the conquers and you get the king.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
Flintstone, and
The
Benjamin
Flintstone.
was known for the sling, which is the ancient gun. Most man
Mm.
don't know that. If you go on YouTube and you look up man that's got the sling, bro, when man fling that pedal, it's like a bullet. It will bust your headpiece. And you see man practicing, and people can get accurate with that.
Yeah,
shit. Benjamin was known for that. And you know, because Benjamin loved fling stone even to this day. Buckle and come on, you know, brother. Benjamin loved fling. On the island, Stonewall was a style. When you're a youth, man did Stonewalls. I got my head bust in a stone wall, man. That's what happened. Benjamin loved fling stone, you know. I'm telling you, man, man was accurate. He hit me from the top of the hill. The high ground, man. Head top bust, man. I'm telling you, I still got the scar now. So we you know, that's what we was doing, man. We weren't trying to put basketballs in nets. Man, we're putting swords in ribs and stones in a man's forehead.
like you said, war is actually like a blood sport.
It's a sport. It's the ultimate sport. In fact, the word team goes back to your race or your tribe. That's what team means. That's why really the real thing is when you have the internationals. You know?
Yeah.
A man's a patriot playing for their country and all that. But in the ancient war, when you look at David versus Goliath, you had all the spectators from the different nations. And they were all there watching the sport.
Was that how did they decide the fight? The champions won that.
The champion.
You know,
Yeah.
Goliath was there and said, guys, like, send your champion. We'll
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it like this.
Yeah.
And man was scared. And David went up there though.
Yeah.
He slung a stone in his head.
And again, you had the spectators from
Yeah,
each side. They were
yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a
That's why I gave the example of Troy. There's Achilles.
yeah.
It was like,
Versus
bring your champion.
Hector.
Yeah,
Mm.
bring your
And
champion.
they
up in
respected the
my
result of the fight.
And that's when it gets tense. Man are here right now thinking this emotional when it's like the Champions League on the line. Bro, if man lost that war, you're going into slavery. That's real pressure. Bro, the ancient sport is real pressure.
no consequence.
This shit ain't no pressure. Man's he's got, if he gets his free throw, he's all under pressure. Bro, in the ancient war, if you die, he's a real pressure.
He go with a trophy.
Probably
Well, even the captain,
yeah, all the-
David decapitated his trophy. That was his trophy.
Man's head, bro.
That's where they get the idea of, I guess, the idea of trophy.
Man ain't having no after post-fight interview
No,
like,
no,
oh yeah, why did you lose today? Like, you fucking dead, bro.
That's like the brother said, your woman's getting ravished. You're gonna take the
That's pressure, bro.
slavery.
Bro, David, think of it. And for a young man to have that pressure of his whole nation on his shoulders, that ancient form of sport is the highest level of pressure. To perform under that pressure, man, just walking on.
Knowing the
Bro,
consequences.
Bro, a man like me would have been shitting myself. Like, you mad? Like, that's too much pressure.
Man, the penalties. Man don't want to
Yeah, man can't even take a penalty now, man. Man's under pressure. Man's going out fighting for his whole nation, bro, against a giant, bro. But the spirit of the Lord was with him. You know? Yeah, good.
Yeah. And he that has people among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them.
Yeah, so we're gonna be taken to the next level, man. Man, the level Esau wants to be on, man, with all his chemicals, trying to be Bane and shit. Remember that? Remember Bane used to have all the
Just about it.
yeah, fuck out of it, trying to be Iron Man.
Jeremiah 51:22. So with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and his mate and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no human rights, man. When listen, this is what we do know. All that human rights shit, like, is Esau invented that, and Esau don't even keep that. When our man was warring, ain't no fucking human rights, man. Man going in there and winning the war, and that's it. So man will kill man, woman, and child. It didn't matter, but you know what I'm saying? Like, war is war. Hey, David, he tells you when David stepped to Ammon and them, he tells you in the scriptures. Man said, all right, line them man up, yeah? Man already captured them, so they're captives. He said, line up them man there, put half in one line, half in the other. When man line them up, okay, them man there, head removal. That man head chop all the man in one half of the line. Now, if that happened today, that's considered a war crime because you killed a prisoner of war. But we don't deal with all that fucking war. Human rights shit. Man say, yo, line them up over this. Yo, Max done him. Execution. Hey, David had some cold killers on his team in righteousness. That man was serious, bro. You see that Benjamin, that man said, yo, this man chatting. Listen, Let's send man over there to take off man's head. Them man were on them head removal specialist business, but in righteousness.
Says David and these men were chafed
Well,
in the spirit.
But this is it. They don't understand the Heavenly Father, man, and what He's like, right? Because the Most High gave a commandment to sort to dust all the Amalekites, man,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
He didn't do that. So that means women, children, they'll
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
technically,
The whole
right?
team was meant to get.
Because they're not warriors. They're not warrior
Hold on,
combatants.
I believe dog and cat and puss and everything.
Everything has to go. Everything has to go in it. And but He didn't do that, and the Most High was pissed. You know, and so that's how the Most High runs, man.
Sometimes it gets serious, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the man like the rock. Yeah, did you clear the
Yeah.
Dude, innit?
I need salt. Hey, it gets serious out here, man.
That's our power, man.
Verse 24.
Hey,
Now-
that's how it's gonna be when Esau needs to get, Obadiah 18. None of the Edomites are gonna be spared.
Yeah.
When it's time to eradicate them, man ain't gonna save one of them or save some woman or something. Nah, they're all just gonna get wiped out and removed from the earth, and that's that. Go on, man.
It says, and I will render unto Babylon and all the inhabitants of Chaldea all the evil that they have done in Zion in your sight.
Right,
saith the Lord.
everything you've done to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indian is gonna come upon you. You Edomites are already condemned. The question is, which one of the Israelites is gonna make it, and which one of them is not? That's really the question that is being proposed right now. That's really why we're out here preaching, because there's Israelites that are gonna make it, and there's Israelites that's not gonna make it. But when it comes to you Edomites, there's only Edomites that's not gonna make it. You're all condemned. I don't care if you're a liberal and you talk about how much you love black people. I don't care. None of that matters. The evil is gonna fall upon every single last one of you Edomites, no matter what you say you are. Whether you're a Christian or you Church of Satan, it don't really matter.
So 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 13. So therefore be thou not curious or how the ungodly shall be punished. Right now we go first and foremost to our own people, the wicked of our people, how they're gonna what's gonna happen to them. But these heathens are not even in the equation. So we're not even extra concerned about what's going on happening to them, because we know what's gonna happen to them. They're condemned. You know? It's all about, well, I'm gonna read it, right? It says and sorry, be not curious of how the ungodly should be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. This is about the elect. It's all about the elect of Israel, man. That's what we were concerned about. What happens to these fucking assholes out here is irrelevant to us, man. It doesn't matter. It changes our thing. You know?
There's nothing they could do. There's nothing. Listen, man can give out all the reparations in the world. Man could open up every soup kitchen. There's nothing you Edomites can really do. You're already condemned under your own actions.
Yeah.
And that goes for every single last one of you. You're all condemned universally across the board. I don't care whether you're what part of the equation you want to fool yourself on. I don't care. I'm not racist. I don't. Whatever, man. Hold this missile. That's what you're gonna hold. It's done out here, man.
Jeremiah 20:51 and back in verse 25.
If I was there, them what's there. If I was back there, I wouldn't have whatever, man. Whatever.
Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, so saith the Lord, so which destroyeth all the earth.
That's the American military. So,
And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain.
a burnt mountain. And I actually saw a vision of that when I first come in the truth. I saw a mountain on fire, man. And I was perceived when I woke up, yeah, that's America, man.
Because the mountain represents the government, top government, rulers. Verse 26, and they shall not take of the stone, of the stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations, but thou shalt.
Yeah, so then what that goes into is, in the ancient times, people might go and bruck up a secret, right? Man coming, Game of Thrones things, man's come through. What they would normally do then, after all the desolation, man would just come through and say, okay, that's it. Because them big stones, you can use them again. All you got to do is chip, even you could do that with bricks. You can chip off the mortar and reuse bricks easily. Your man will know about that. You can take the brick and then you can just repurpose them, put a bit of mortar and rebuild from it. What the scriptures let you know is that this destruction that's coming to America, they ain't gonna be no brick to pick up, and because the scripture says what? They're gonna be melted with fervent heat. You can't salvage nothing from that. So that's a
Easy.
special kind of destruction, man.
We got the lake of fire, right? And you got the desert that's gonna come after that, man. There's not gonna be there ain't even nothing left. You know?
Nothing to build upon.
That's it.
It says, they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations, but thou shalt.
And
be
that's beautiful. And that, sorry, let me say
Yeah.
this. Because America has the curse of leprosy, man. The spiritual
yeah.
curse of leprosy.
Burn that shit down.
That's why we're not going to see, sometimes when a kingdom would destroy another kingdom, they wouldn't totally destroy it. They would assimilate it. They might assimilate certain aspects of that kingdom. I'll give you an example. They might go destroy your people, but they might keep this building or keep that building and repurpose it. Even a lot of churches are repurposed temples from other religions
Yeah.
around the world. You might repurpose something, or like for instance, the Babylonians, they retained the Assyrian language as their lingua franca. So the language of the Babylonian Empire was actually the Assyrian Empire's language. So you retain certain things, you assimilate it into your own. The Persians did that too. The thing is about our kingdom is not going to assimilate anything. Everything is going to be destroyed, and our kingdom is going to be built upon, like you said, raw materials and straight up and down. We're not going to incorporate language. We're not going to incorporate ideology. We're not incorporate nothing. Oh, let's keep the NBA. No, everything has to go, and we're going to build up again from scratch, a pure kingdom. So everything here, the scripture says what? Seeing all these things should be dissolved. It ain't going to be like how it was before. A lot of kingdoms, they kept certain things. They kept certain people. You know, that's a known thing to happen. When you conquer another people, you might have a few noblemen or a few, okay,
Yeah.
cool. We're gonna keep you alive, and you're gonna become part of our structure.
Well, that's how they get all these provinces, you know, back in the Babylonian provinces.
Yeah, they keep, man.
That's it.
And they'll actually be part of your authority structure, man. You know, but that's not gonna happen when we take over this time. Everything gonna get broke up. All their military, they didn't incorporate man's military. Oh, now your army fights for my army. No, they're destroying all them soldiers.
Hey, it's a new heavens and a new earth, man.
Yep.
You know, everything's gonna be started again, a refresh.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be living in Buckingham Palace. We're just gonna move in. All that's gonna be destroyed, and especially in America, but even around the world, all these great buildings and all the chariots are not gonna destroy it all down, and we're gonna build our palaces fresh, our palace, untainted. Because again, leprosy. When you have a house, you check the house for mold. If the mold kept coming back, the scripture said you got to take break it down, and you can't use those stones again for anything, because obviously they've got the curse of leprosy in it. Well, that's America. America has the curse of leprosy. It's done. So everything about it has to be destroyed. We ain't gonna take nothing from it. All right.
Question of this world passing away.
Yep.
Back in Jeremiah 51:27. Set ye up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations, prepare the nations against her, pull together against her the kingdoms of Ararat, Mini, and Ashishnes. It says, appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars.
Right, which really this is the Lord. The Lord is going to work on the minds, the Russians and these nations, that in the midst of the war, they're going to have that evil thought. Yeah, let's just sacrifice this place straight. Let's just end it right now, once and for all. Right, you know, boom.
There's a prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes.
Yeah, that's them Russians, man. Yeah. And them man are saying, "Oh, Putin and Trump is friends." Yeah, it's a Putin for an idiot. That's how you really think.
Then Trump just ridiculed Trump,
Bro,
Putin, and who's the other guy he ridiculed in the news? So yeah, forget them.
Trump knows what. Listen, Putin knows that America is his enemy. He thinks man are idiot. Like they're not like you people that the flip flop. Man know that America's the enemy, man. Man ain't just changed overnight. Oh yeah, now Trump got elected again. We're gonna be man. We'll talk the political game, but them man are still doing their thing. So,
prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. And the land shall tremble and sorrow. So for every
that sorrow. See, right now, like I said, these Trump supporters are celebrating like they just won the world championship.
Yeah.
Because they think it's all gonna be good. But the sorrow's coming.
Yeah.
And guess what? You played your part. Go on.
And the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant.
Without an inhabitant, meaning every single person in America is gonna be destroyed. Except the elect, but the elect are not gonna inhabit Babylon. They're gonna be up in the chariots, man, living the champagne life.
Celebrating, isn't it? They can't.
The real celebration.
Yeah. It says the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They became as women.
Yeah, when them missiles come, man, when it gets to that point and they stare defeat, them man are gonna, all that boldness is gonna disappear, man. You know, when they realize it's over, man, because them missiles take an hour to hit their mark, man. And where can you go in an hour?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you could do in an hour, man.
Literally only going to take an hour for the Lord to destroy the whole of America.
What are you gonna do in an hour? But hide in a hole, and you can't even hide in a hole from this destruction.
No.
So what you gonna do? You gonna be there like with this feeling of doom, and the Lord's gonna give you a whole hour to think about it.
If your kids are at school, staying at school.
Hey, that hour
You ain't
might
gonna
feel
get
like 10 days. The way
Yeah.
man are gonna be like,
Anxiety.
man are gonna be shitting themselves, crying, bugging out.
But it's like I like the movie The Knowing. The ending towards that, man.
Yeah.
As the fire was sweeping across the nation, man, there was nothing they could do.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
the
right.
families hugging, that was it, bro. There's nothing you could do. There's no point running or hiding because you can't. You're done.
Even in the opening scene of Terminator 2 Judgment Day, it's the fire engulfing America. In the park, you see the park, all of everything's getting melted away. No one's gonna be saved in that. You're just gonna be there.
You start seeing the missiles re-entering the atmosphere above you, and you know, like, yeah, that ain't no firework, baby.
Good.
And them motherfuckers is loud too. And then at some point, you know, and because they're hypersonic, so you're gonna see them re-entering. And by the time you can even think about it, like, oh shit, all you're gonna see is a flash of blind light that's gonna blind you.
Yeah.
That's if you're not already hiding in a hole. If you're standing out, you're gonna see a flash of blinding light.
Can't stir it.
Yeah. Bro, it's mad. The
Yeah,
light is gonna blind your eyes, man. And then, I mean, obviously you got the chariots and all that as well. You know, you can't forget about that. But yeah, boy, it's serious business, man.
That's how they based off that movie.
Independence Day.
Denzel, Book of Eli. Basically, that was a post-apocalyptic.
Oh,
after
yeah.
the
Oh,
missiles.
okay. That why
The
he was
light
blind.
blinded him, yeah.
Oh shit. Oh,
The light-
wow.
It was
Oh,
supposed to
shit.
be after the missiles, isn't it? That's
Oh.
why they were saying he wants the book because
Did they
with
say
this
that in the
book
film?
I'll be able to rule the people. But no, that is based
No, I'm just
upon
saying,
that.
you're a smart brother, man.
No, yeah, no, but it was
I ain't
based
never heard nobody say that.
It's based upon that, innit? Because that's why he turned blind.
Hey,
innit?
you gotta watch this, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard
Because that was
nobody
he said that in
say
the
that.
old world we used to when we were sitting down with the girl, the Jewish girl, saying in the old world we used to do this, we used to eat like this.
So how did he know Braille then? Oh, I thought he was always right, but anyway, it could be.
Yeah.
Good point. Anyway, go on. Either way, that's what it does, man.
That's what it blinded.
Them missiles that explode and they that blinding light, you know. But these military men are gonna be hiding in bunkers and all that.
You gonna die down there.
They're going
Generals and shit.
go on.
So verse 31.
But the elites ain't gonna be in America.
No,
They're gonna be in their specialized places, man. Overall, you know, different places in the world, submarines and all sorts, man.
Yeah.
Go on.
hiding, waiting to go into slavery. It's Jeremiah 51 and 31. One post shall run to meet another. I'll go back to 30. The mighty men of Babylon are born to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They have become as women. They have burnt her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to shew the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end. And
That's the messaging.
Yeah.
But this side is gonna be message. Oh shit, there's missiles heading for this city. But it's gonna be so mad. It's like, rah, when you really track all these missiles, we fuck. This ain't no. This is the trajectory of all these missiles. It looks like they're targeting the whole bomber clock place. It's over. Right.
It says and that
Scatter shot, you know.
it says and that the passages are stopped. It says and the reeds they have burned with fire. It says the men of war are affrighted. But thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is the time for thresher, yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come.
The time of harvest is fast approaching in America, man. The time of harvest, and I'll keep reading because I want to get down to a point, because everybody they've made racism such a bullshit. The race in politics is so bullshit, right? But we keep it the real as it's gonna get, yeah? This is how the racism plays in reality. You put the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans in slavery, and now you're gonna be destroyed. That's as simple as it comes down to. We ain't playing all these games. Oh, just don't call me a nigga no more and all this stuff. And maybe the police can be a little bit. We're not going into all that because we don't really care about all that. This is really what it's gonna come down to. Your whole entire society and you in it and your family are gonna be melted because of what you did to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and never met in it. And we're not debating it.
No.
Oh well, slavery wasn't that bad, and
But we abolished it.
yeah, we abolished it. We don't want to care. We don't care about all them little things.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but the Civil War was a risk, bro. We ain't trying
Hey, you are not the judge. You don't get to exempt yourself.
to.
The
The
Most
narrative,
High is gonna.
yeah, the narrative they have around our people is ridiculous. We're not playing them games. You're the Edomites. You put our people into captivity. You oppressed us and beat us and did all these things, and we don't give a fuck about your reparations or what you think you want to do for us or whether you do or don't and all this. No. You are now going to be destroyed. Simple as that. America's being destroyed. Go on.
Jeremiah 9:7. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will melt them and try them. For how shall I do for the daughter of my people?
There you go. That's it.
Because it wasn't a light thing that you did, man.
No,
It's not something you just forget. Forgive and forget. No.
but that's what they want. They want to move past it.
Yeah.
They want to move past it. We ain't moving
You
past
touched
it.
the apple with the Most High's eye.
Then you got guys that both have now all of a sudden they want inclusion. They want part of the promises that are promised to the children of Israel after your people were the ones behind all these atrocities. But you don't want to pay for that. You don't want to acknowledge the atrocities. But all of a sudden you want to be included in the salvation of the children of Israel, the ones you hate the most. You got to pay.
It's like you fight against the Heavenly Father directly, man. You touch the apple of his eye. It's like we're his peculiar treasure, man. It's like you prep from the Most High, put his children in slavery, and you think, oh, if I just give you, well, you're not even trying to do that. But if let's say you said, oh, we'll give you your people back now, the Most High. He's like, well, he gonna let you just do that without without showing you first. He got to deter you to do that again.
Even those things, look at this. Listen, man, even man know on the streets here, when that man drop a certain amount of bodies, man, he ain't never gonna live life happily ever after. Everyone knows that. Man could start a church and do all of that. Someone's gonna bust his head off.
Yeah.
Man could be all 88, yeah. Next, bro. It's true. It's true. There's so many men that have done nothing but badness, man. Shut off this man, this, that, and the other. Then they turn the other leaf, and now they're Christian and all that. Yeah. Now they've moved out the end. And all it takes is for one of the upstairs. Oh, now Johnny, that. Yo, dog. Yo, we just see Johnny, man, I working at the supermarket over here. And this whole time he's got a wife and he's got kids. Yeah, and he's a youth worker and he's helping the youth. Man coming out of shop. Yo, boop, 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 man, Johnny. But he changed his life. Listen, them man that you violated don't care about all that. All they know is you killed their cousin. All they know is that you killed their dad. Yeah. When they find where you are, they don't care if it's 20, 25 years later and you now own an orphanage. Them man are busting your head back. This is how America's going to get dealt with.
Hey, well, it's good to say the Lord is not mocked, right? Yeah. So that which you sow, so shall you reap. It don't matter when the judgment comes, it's going to come at some point.
Yeah, like they got this guy, Little Woody, running around and they're saying he's changed his life now. Bro, this man, apparently, he was putting in real work on the streets. Yeah. Do you think the brethren and the man them, for the man that he's clapped and put in the ground, care that he's changed his life and now he wants to? All they're doing is thinking, what? So now my man just gets to live his life, go on the podcast, make money and preach in the church. Bro, they're waiting for their day where he's just going to be doing something normal and man are going to just... That's how God. I don't care about all that. Well, the Lord is in the same spirit.
Well, the scripture said that he required
That was
That which is past, man.
There's no-
What do you think this is? Oh, we forget about all that. We're just gonna make America great again and ban
Hey,
some.
the Lord only ever said that he have mercy on Israel.
Mm.
Ain't no mercy for the other nations, man.
And then Nahum 1, it says what? The Lord will not who afflict the wicked.
That's
The
right.
law of
That's
the
right.
universe, man. When you do badness, it's gonna come back to you.
So
man.
you can't say sorry. The Lord says not going to quit the wicked. You can't say sorry. So your sorry don't mean shit.
You wanna hear that?
So we're not
Hey,
hearing that
they
either.
try all that. Sorry,
That's what I'm saying.
I've
They
changed.
shall complain about ungodly father, all this stuff. They do all
Hey,
this shit.
there was one. I don't know if you saw the one. There was one old school bad man from Jamaica. You see one where they executed the guy was dressed up like a rabbi. I don't know if you, bro, you gotta look it up. And he was one of them man that back in the day. I don't know if it was presidential clique or one of them man. He was part, but he was an old school shooter from back in the day. He moved to America and was just living his life. Yeah, and then man pulled up dressed like rabbis, but and they were pretending that they were fixing their car.
Oh
And
shit.
so he was there, and then man just like, yo, dog.
Ain't that the start of Batman?
And this was like, he's been out of the game for how many years? But all that's happened is he's spoken to someone or someone has seen him and they said, hold up, yo, that's the man's called up the man back home like, yo, you know my man's over here. Man's like, eh? all right, we know where he is. And then they've come 20 years later, one of them bodies he dropped, them man, they ain't forgetting it, man. So their man sent for man still. But that's how the game goes. And America's gonna go out that way.
Job chapter 4 and verse 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
Mm.
And that's what's gonna happen to America, man. That's exactly what's gonna happen to America. Keep going.
Like in Numbers, it said the blood can't be cleansed in the land unless the blood is spilled. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. So verse 34. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, have devoured me. He have crushed me. He have made me an empty vessel. He have swallowed me up like a dragon. He have made me filled his belly with my delicates. Says he have cast me out. The violence done to me and to my flesh
The violence done to our people and to our flesh, the Israelites.
be upon Babylon, shall be inhabited of Zion's sake.
So that's prophecy. It says that we would say, listen, what was done unto us and to our people, let it rest upon your head. He never said we were going to forgive and forget. Because they'll say, oh, forgive your brother. No. The scripture says we will hold it against you. That's what the scriptures say, and that's what we're doing right now. We're prophesying and saying, listen, what you did to our people, you're going to hold it. You're going to face it. You're not going to repent. You're not going to be forgiven. You're going to face judgment. Go on,
It says, and my blood upon the inhabitants of Chaldea shall Jerusalem say.
so there you go. Now, vocab will say, you guys are being hateful. But hold on. The scripture says, vocab, that we would say the inhabitants of Babylon have to pay and must pay. It never said, where did it say here? Oh, but you know, you need to forgive them. And you know, it said, listen, the blood be upon them.
Pharaoh couldn't say anything. Lord hardened his heart. Pharaoh and them had to drown.
You want me to carry on, man.
Second Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing is a righteous thing with Yahweh Shem Yahushai to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Yes, it's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation. Another word for recompense is vengeance, man. Revenge, man. That's why they say revenge is the sweetest thing next to getting, you know, the P word. Because that's satisfaction that, you know, you're getting your own back. It's like karma. What goes around comes around, man. And even in Isaiah 61 or one of them chapters, it talks about the year of the Lord's recompense. It talks about the year of the Lord's recompense in Isaiah 61, because vengeance burneth in his heart. Even the Lord's got vendettas, man, that he wants to get when he comes back, and mainly against Israel, Esau, Edom. That's why it talks about Isaiah 63. Who is this that cometh from Edom? Will dye garments from Bosra. The Lord's got a vendetta against America, man. America's basically caught Heavenly Father in his son's eyes. Shalom, bro. That's what it talks about. Amos 9 and 10. Amos 9 and 8. Eyes of the Lord upon the sinful kingdom. So America's done, man. America's been doomed from the inception. Yep. It's just like they got like, so much pride, and you know, because they believe in the military and all this other shit, and their technology, that they think they can never be taken down.
Well, it's a city founded by blood, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the scripture says, "Woe unto that city."
Yep.
You know. Yeah, precept.
Yep, so what the brother just said. It's Sirach 25:7.
Yep.
There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Right, so it's not an unrighteous thing to want to see the fall of your enemy, man. But Mokai will make it seem like we're wicked and we're evil for wanting to see the fall of our enemy. But these are righteous scriptures we're reading right now, or a righteous man, right? So we'll take those same pleasures, man. We can't wait to see the fall of our enemy, man, because we know justice is going to be done.
But you talk about that, but you know his Christian followers or his founding forefathers, they went around the whole earth pillaging nations in the name of so-called Christianity, man. Raping women, killing villages,
killing women, killing children. They're doing the same thing
You know
now.
what I'm saying?
You know,
But then because we want the same action returned onto them, now there's a problem with it. Now they're saying they want peace.
whereas they got all these philosophic standpoints now,
Yeah.
like two wrongs don't make a right, and all these things now turn
No,
up.
but
They
they do,
want
bro.
to use all these scriptures, man.
Even in maths, to tell you a negative and negative makes a
Yeah,
positive, man.
yeah.
So it's lying.
But these are standards that they don't even hold to themselves.
Yeah.
They don't. It's all hypocrisy because they know they should pay, but don't want to pay.
But if I can say this is the Edomite, the Cain MO, man, right? Even when you look at, like, for instance, what happened over there in Amsterdam, right? I reached out to someone that I know out there, and they were basically explaining what it was. Them Amalekites went up there, started a mess, started trouble, and this, that, and the other,
Smacking
saying,
up.
yes, just doing the most,
Yeah,
right? But then when they start getting, because then the man, Ishmael's a wild man, as the scripture says, right? The Ishmaelites, they came out, they was like, getting on them. But how was it reported? It was reported as, oh, they were so innocent. They've done nothing wrong. Why are people coming up against them? Right,
Victim, playing victim.
playing victim, and that's what did which called Esau do? Right, he gave up his birthright, but when it came to it, what did he say? He said, "Oh, he tried to." What the scripture says, he taught it carefully with tears, man. Right, try and make it seem like would you call
me
it?
these 2 times now?
Exactly.
Man was bitching.
No repentance for Esau.
That's it.
No matter how many crocodile tears you shed, or how many sorries and apologies you give, you're never going to be accepted, man. You're never going to be acquitted by the Lord, because the Lord knows what you've done. You got to pay for the all the innocent Israelite blood you've spilled.
And look, we understand, but you're never going to accept this judgment. You never will. Until the judgment day comes, you're never going to accept this judgment, man. Because again, the spirit of Esau is so in denial, right? Because he carries the spirit of his forefather Cain, who's running from judgment. He's a fugitive in the earth.
Yeah, and that's why Vocab is betting on that he's actually an Israelite.
You better hope, man.
Yeah, you better hope, because
We hope
that's
you
the
ain't.
that's the only thing that can save you. If you're an Israelite, then you're blessed.
Yeah.
Either way, you're gonna die anyway on this side, but you're gonna be blessed in the kingdom. But if you're not an Israelite, which is more than likely, because of your serpentine ways, then you're going into slavery. You're just trying to fight. You're trying to fight against the prophecies, man. You don't want to accept the fact that your people have to play. That's why you try to do the thing about the wild man didn't exist and all these different things. The wild man, the wood wolves, all that during the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages, with the history of you so-called white people in the caves, man. So, 30th tribe or Arthur Coastlaw. You have the Wild Man book by Timothy Husband. Shows that your history existed, man. The wild man actually existed. But you try and say that the Edomites were done away with.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now he's acting like he's some sort of historian. Like, so he's got guys that have done historical documentation on certain races, back in the past or whatever. And because he doesn't fit with his narrative, he'll dismiss them. Just like Esau does anyway. He'll sometimes out something against his narrative, he'll just dismiss it. And it'll be on the back shelf somewhere. You'll never see the book on Amazon. It won't be on sold on Amazon. You won't see these things, man. But as long as it lies to his narrative, it's being publicized everywhere, and oh yeah, the earth is 1 billion years old or some shit. They'll publicize these types of things, right? No fucking real evidence. Let's be real.
Darwinism and all this evolution bullshit. Because you're trying to hide from your history.
That's it, man.
If someone can get Obadiah,
because you want Esau not to exist so bad, because you know that implicates you.
Yeah.
And you know his judgment, man. Right? And it's severe. His judgment is severe. That's the exact same thing Cain said, man.
no salvation for you. Edomites going to receive no salvation. No mercy, man. From the
Yep.
Lord.
Yeah, yeah.
That's in the Bible dictionary, bro. So read it and weep.
That's true. So, Obadiah 1. The vision of Obadiah, what saith the Lord power concerning Edom.
Yeah, this is the chapter that's concerning one nation of people. It's the smallest chapter in the book, but it's very deep and it's very important, heavy in the prophecies of the judgment of the nation of Edom, the nation that you keep saying it's been done away with in the Jewish wars. You're yet to prove it. Where's the proof that the Jews, the Edomites have been done away with, man? Where is it in the history? It's not in the history. You're lying. You're making it up. You're making assertions.
And this is another thing as well, because at times that because we'll tell you that Esau is the end of the world, right? And Jacob is the beginning of that following. And so that's found in the Apocrypha, right? And sometimes you'll say, oh, Apocrypha is not canon, but then at times you want to use it to back up your your own premises. You can't have it both ways, right? You either you can't have it both ways, man. And so when we say Esau is the end of the world, because that's what the scriptures say, Esau is the ruler of this world, man. And the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. There's no righteous Edomites out here.
No, there's none that do it good.
That's right.
There's none.
So they're the ones in power. And so when the Lord turns up, what's he going to do to the wicked power that's in rulership? The same thing he's always done to the wicked rulership, man. Destroy them.
Yeah.
You know? That's it. And you have particular judgment which is in Obadiah that you have to fulfill. That hasn't happened yet.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Yeah, so ultimately everyone's gonna rise up against the Edomites, man. That's the main thing. Because you Edomites have been the main cancer and plague of the earth, causing bare tensions and all these different proxy wars. It's all started because of you devils, man. Why? Because every war is a banker's war. Man, these devils make money and profit off of these wars, man. So they're the main ones that's caused all this havoc on the earth. That's why we read it in Jeremiah 51. Thou that destroyest the earth, the nation that destroyest the earth. Scripture says that you're the hammer of the earth, man. So you got to pay for these things. And you got Netanyahu trying to run from justice, man. By creating all these fucking contentions and wars.
Distractions.
He's running from justice. But justice is going to creep up to you. That's why that land of Israel is going to be wiped out. All them small hat rats and all them other nations that's over there, they're going to be wiped out from the land. And that land's going to be rebuilt. And America's going to get wiped out. And it's never going to be rebuilt.
See, the thing is, you can run while you're in power. Because there's no one here of a higher power to judge you. But you can't run from the Heavenly Father. That's why your time's running out.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Everyone despises you, small hats, man.
And you bring it for yourself.
Yeah, mainly Amalek. They despise you, Amalekites, because of all the war crimes and all these ill-gotten gains that you've been doing throughout the ages. Even going back to the transatlantic slave trade, because it was the small hats that funded slavery, and they benefited off the most. 70% of the slave traders and slave owners were all small hats. So they owned all the majority of the slaves. They benefited off. Then they own all the banking industries, and they own every fucking industry, man. But in the midst of that, you've started all these contentions with other nations to steal their resources, put them into debt, to impoverish them. So all these nations are coming to the realization that you devils need to be destroyed because they got drunk off your wine, and now they're mad. And now you're greatly despised, man, because you won't stop as well. You keep finding new reasons to keep, expanding when you don't need to expand anymore. You already got the earth, but for some reason you can never have enough. You increase your desire as hell. So these nations are getting fed up with your shenanigans, man. And ultimately they're going to be like, you know what, we're going to have to send these missiles upon these Amalekites and Esau, Edom in general. Thou art greatly despised, man.
Verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
As we mentioned about the wild man, use the original cave monkeys of the earth, man. That's in your history, man. You try to run from that history that you was actual cave, living in the caves of South Georgia, Russia, on all fours like a wild man, running on all fours like a wild beast.
Well, that's where they get their name, Caucasus, right? Caucasus, Caucasians, right?
It means cave dweller. That's your history. Every time that's brought up, you try to act like that never happened, man. You got vocab talking about the wild man and all that didn't exist. Of course they existed. Because you got chased out of the earth. That's in Job the 30th chapter. That's your history, man. That's why you got that depraved, debaucherous lifestyle, and you can't run from it. No matter what you do, where you try and hide or what industry, that spirit of the devil always comes out. Because your spirit that's in you is not upright. That's why you always get caught out in the news, you know, all these different child pornography stories and PDF files and, you know, all these different things come out upon you, man. Because you can't hide your true nature. That's your nature, man. You're debaucherous
It always comes out.
filth, man. You're the scum of the earth. It says you're children of fools. You're violent in the earth. You're the vilest human beings on the face of the earth, man.
That's why the scripture says, if he's not the wicked, well, who
is it? Yeah.
Job 9:24. Yeah.
Job 9, yeah.
because we're identifying a person by characteristics. You know, the Bible has got it's telling you about a person, a nation that exists. And everyone's in the Bible, and the characteristics clearly line up with the so-called white man that goes back to the Edomites.
Yeah.
And a lot of you, you know, you're trying to run away from that, but you can't really identify who these Edomites are. It's clear who they are by the characteristics, like the brother's going into. It's the characteristics, and that's how the Lord gets down.
And
The Lord,
the
in the
prophecies.
scriptures, the prophecies, the Lord always says, gives a characteristic, even the tribe breakdowns.
That's how you
Jacob
know.
is a plain man dwelling in tents.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with that? How can we not look at nations today and through characteristics
Yeah.
match them up with the scriptures? How can we not do that when the Lord, the Most High, does that himself? That's what he does.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to take away an attribute of the Most High away from him, that you can't do that. But that's what the Most High does, you fucking maniacs. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Even
why were you given these descriptions?
Yeah.
If we can't use them, we're
Yeah.
gonna have to use them
That's it.
to be able to spiritually search out a people that was thought long to be lost, because Esau changed everybody's name, so you don't know who the fuck everyone is right now. But if you go through the scriptures, you say, "Oh no, that's Moab, that's Ammon."
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
you can see that because the scriptures the details what these people are like.
Yeah.
You know
There's
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
example of that with the Canaanites. And the Lord said, look, man, they're into odious ways and don't get with them and all this, don't make that. So that was the Lord. That was an identifying factor. So that's all in. There's many exact. You can't really get us. We got we got you guys cornered, and that's why you're coming out with all these. Oh, you're trying everything to not make it be what it is. Really care about the truth. Just what they say. What they say. Other than before become your enemy. Because of the truth. So that's all that's happening here. Really, that's what's happening. Oh no, these guys can't believe you. Oh, because we told you the truth and you got offended. That's what's happened here.
And even if, okay, so let's say, the wild man didn't exist, and that wasn't Esau. Let's go back to Genesis then, because it says in Genesis, Esau was a hairy man. So who's the hairy man of the earth?
Hey, well, look, bro, you don't even have to do that because you wrote down a lot of characteristics
There you go.
that lined up with these people,
Exactly.
like how they act today. So let's talk about that because today, this Roman debaucherous culture, I mean, the cities are built like the caves. The cities actually mimic the fucking caves, right? So then he tried to say, well, on Mount Petra, that might Edomites. You see what he does?
Yeah.
Anytime you get something,
Nepotians and all that.
oh, but no, really, that was all. So this is what we're dealing with, right? We're dealing with somebody that anytime you bring the truth out, so that's how he's got to be agent.
Yeah.
When the truth comes out, whatever you say, he's gonna go to that and try and find a way to get out of that.
Well, like
That's what
I
he does.
mentioned earlier, it's the spirit of Cain. He's trying to wriggle his way out of judgment, man.
Right.
Or trying to flee from the truth. But the truth is always going to catch up to you, man. You know, this charade that you've been, trying to put on, all this time, with Esau being, some sort of fucking angel on the earth, man. It's all coming out. Most High is revealing all these things, man. Right? And revealing the truth to the prophets, the men of the Lord discerned.
You know, the Lord said in the last days would be the prophets that was going to expose you. Even in that same chapter.
Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not.
He won't be able to hide himself. It's evident right now who the Edomites are and who the Israelites are, because that was a major thing. the prophecy of the Israelites being revived. That's in Ezekiel. So that's why a lot of these are mad as well. Because the Lord's the prophet. Matter of fact, the Latin tribes and the so-called Negroes, that breach between them, Latin men are getting with black women, and vice versa. Jake men are getting with Latino women, and it bans and that. You know why it works like that? Really, you should get yourself, because that's the prophecies.
Yeah.
That's the prophecy. So that it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Because it's the prophecy. So that the Most High is bringing that together. So you're not like when you can't do nothing against prophecy. The Lord said that what His word comes out, it won't come back to him void. So the fact that you got brothers in New York, Chicago, LA, and you look at the brothers' camps and they got
joined together.
Right, they got
Northern and Southern.
Mexicans, Mexicano brothers, Judite brothers, Gadites
Under one banner, under the truth.
Right. So that's the same thing and that's the coming together of the tribes of the breaches. That's major prophecy. So we know that Jake men are getting with Latino women and vice versa. Prophecy, man. You can't stop that. So all the talking you're doing is you ain't really doing shit, because before your face, the tribes are coming together, and that's prophecy.
We're trying to set aside the differences.
Yeah.
We've not always got on right time. We've not always got on. Even when we was each other as Israel, we didn't always get on. But the Most High is repairing those breaches, man, and you can see it happen.
It's like the more he comes up against, it's like a juggernaut. The more he comes up against it, the greater we're coming as a people.
But the truth can only grow.
We're coming together as a people.
Yeah, it can only grow.
Recognizing that we're Israelites, and he keeps coming back for more, coming up against us, but it's working in his favor.
No, it scares him. And like I was saying this the other day, because I was going into Christianity, right? There's like 2.4 billion Christians on the earth, right? And to me, that sounds like a fucking wide gate to me, right? Because obviously it's a massive number, right? And why does the gate that leads to destruction? These Christians have been in power for all this time, for a long time, and the world's going fucking worse under their rulership, right? So how could they be the righteous? How could they be the Lord's people, or whatever the case may be? But vocab is so focused, hyper focused, right, on the Israelites, which is like some 0.1% of people on the planet, and he's worried about us and our doctrine. Why are you bothering with us? Why are you bothering us? Realistically, why are you bothering with us? We are such a small group of people that profess, teaching scriptures, man. It's like we're hardly worth talking about, really.
Yeah, but he knows
there's a reason for it. Yeah.
He knows we got the truth, and he's been hired by his masters to try and debunk us. But you can't do nothing against the truth, but for it, like the scripture says.
He
can do nothing against the truth.
He'd be better off going against like certain other sects of his own religion, because they're bigger groups.
That's boring, man.
It's boring, right?
No one's gonna
Christianity's dead.
Yeah.
No one's gonna
Christianity's
listen to
dead,
him.
man.
No one's gonna follow him. He gets his biggest interest and
That's right.
most comments and
Of
most
some small
views
group of people.
off the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
He knows we got the truth, just like when Sarnet used to come around. He used to do the same thing, to try and debate the Israelites, because he would get most views and most interest from the people. Because that black unconsciousness shit was dead. You killed Kemet. You killed Kemet, man.
But realistically, we're insignificant compared to everybody else, and that's why we're the straight gate.
Yep.
We're that small little sanctuary, man. We've got the truth. That's where the truth is, in these small places, right? It's not with the masses of people, But this truth, it scares him. It scares the elite. It scares them all, to be honest, right? Because the judgments that are coming out of this, man, everyone knows they've got to pay, because they know they've all done wrong to our people.
Scripture says great fear fell upon them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
11,
That's why you're taking notice, man. That's why you're fucking, dancing around, trying to find ways to debunk us, like we're that important then. But the scripture speaks about if this work be of the Most High, nothing can be done against it. But if it's not, then it'll fall. The work will fall. If you thought that we didn't have the truth, then you just let us sizzle out. But you're threatened, you're intimidated by it, man.
Yeah, threatened.
Yeah.
There's even got people coming on his comment board saying, "Oh, you introduced me to the Israelites. Thank you, vocab and all that."
Yeah.
But they introduced you to certain things, and that's pissing him off. Because he's supposed to be having people come up against us, and they're more intrigued to find out.
Yeah. Adding to our momentum, like the juggler, he's saying jugglers, man. Just adding to the momentum, man.
So when he does them videos, man, the way he talks, he raises his voice and all that.
He's frustrated.
He's frustrated. It's frustrating.
But we're cool. We're calm. Because we ain't got, like I said, you got the whole Christianity behind your back.
Yeah.
We're not concerned about your doctrine and what you man are doing. As far as we're concerned, you man gonna get destroyed, so we don't care. But you're so bothered with us though. Why?
Travel from state to state.
Yeah.
travel across the
A whole lot of effort,
Well,
right?
the whole
For
world.
nobody.
Weird.
For nobody. We're nobodies, right? So much effort.
He was all stalking brothers, man. Stalking brothers.
Bro,
Weirdo.
I don't agree with your doctrine. I'm not jumping on the plane.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not worth. Like, we don't even like. We've got church down there. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to roll up in there saying, "Yeah, your Jesus is fake and all this." We ain't got to do all that. Like, why do we care what you believe? It don't make no difference, man.
Yeah, we're gonna find out that the chickens gonna root.
Yeah.
I got so in 2 Corinthians 6:1. When we read down into it, it says, "We then, as workers together with him, Jehovah Shai, beseech you also that ye receive not the great grace of the Most High in vain. For he saith, I have heard thee in the time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I succored thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed, but in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of the Most High," which that's what we are, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities. And you know what, even just that alone, we're actually doing the work of the Lord. While you're chatting shit, to be men of the Lord, you can't just sit there talking shit. There's nowhere in the scripture says that. So by that alone, he ain't right. He's a scoffer. Everything he does is the attributes of a scoffer. That's it. Attributes of a murmuring BS.
Because he's just trying to demonize us. He's not.
Right. He's not a prophet.
Yeah.
He's not a teacher.
No.
You don't do the work. So you're full of shit. And anyone that follows you are full of shit. And that's it. All right. It says in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses. These are the things that the prophets, the men of the Lord, will be going through. Okay, and all this perfect, like, kind of presentation that you're trying to present to yourself. Look, man, you had different prophets, and they were all men of the Lord. You had John the Baptist. Yeah, you got his head chopped up. You had Jehovah Shai, and people on different levels and stuff like that. So, fuck him. He's a piece of shit. Like, he's trying to act like if you don't come in this mold that he's coming with, like, you full of shit, man. The truth, the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord, man. There's different spirits in this thing, which obviously he ain't a part of and he don't have access to. So, like, going back to what I said, he's just a fucking scoffer. You got High Priest Ariah and all these great men and stuff like that, King Marshall. These are the kind of things that the scriptures talks about in detail. So then he'll go, "Oh, you guys, these men's coming back." Well, someone's got to be. Someone's got to be, because it says,
Who's your life?
Right.
Who's your King David?
Right. And then he tries to, and then he says, "Oh, and a lot of them do that. When it says that he came in the spirit, or in the spirit of Elijah." No, but he says this is Elijah. He says this.
The Lord said it.
He says this is Elijah
The Lord
that
said
was
that.
forth to come. He actually says this is. That's what it says.
The Lord's telling you, said, nah. You got to mean something else, right? It can't be Elijah. No, it is Elijah.
But that Antichrist and I wish I said something directly. Tonight as well. That's dangerous
territory.
It says, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in torments.
Sorry, can I say something quick?
Right.
Because I looked into the word persecution, right? And it means to chase after, right? You were just saying about he's flying around different places when it went to fucking talk with brothers. And it's you're chasing after us. You're persecuting us, man. We're the persecuted. You're not persecuting nobody. People complain about, oh, yeah, your message is rough and this and that. We're not persecuting nobody. You can stand and listen if you want. You can fuck off if you want. No one's keeping you here. We're not.
He harasses and he slanders.
We're not harassing nobody.
And slanders. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you guys do this on your own. All these different kind of mad slanders. Just trying to people that try and destroy your image, your character, and all that.
We're not chasing after you.
Character assassination, and they really want you crucified.
Yeah.
Because if you destroy someone on that level, then what's next? Then what? All that's next is either some kind of they want some worldly forces to crucify you.
And he loves bringing out people's government names and stuff like that to get you implicated in other things. You know what I mean?
Right.
He would have you destroyed if he could, man.
Right, that's why y'all gonna get destroyed. Y'all gonna get hung upside down, man.
Yep.
Y'all gonna get hung upside down and bled out dry. It's okay, but You know what I'm saying? In the spirit.
Yeah, like a switch says, it'd be better for a millstone to be hanged about their neck.
Yeah, on their
You know?
fucking necks, yeah.
Casting the sin in the little one.
And that little one just talking about the believers.
Yeah.
But some people try and say, oh, that's like
Children.
yeah, no. Because you know what I'm saying? He's talking
About that
that's how the tribe. Like it ain't talking about no, that's talking about the elect, that's talking about you know what I'm saying? It says and that's why we gotta get the doctrine right. You know,
Yeah,
because
but to
we're
him,
feeding
because
the
he's,
sheep.
because he's a natural man, he can't receive anything spiritual anyway.
But that gives he's an agent, man.
It's a straight
The
demon.
vocab alone, man, you are agent
Satan.
riser,
Yeah.
agent whiskers, man. You know what I mean? Agent mole hole in the
Code
ground.
ain't pop out.
He's a mole. You know, he just pops out the ground, man, like a mole. He's an agent hole in the ground. You know what I mean? You can't rap. It's the worst shit I've ever heard in my life. I swear that it's garbage. And he's got it on his channel. What are you doing?
Get that shit off, man.
You're embarrassing. You're trying to talk about us. You're a clown, man. You come to London, you don't want to fucking see us.
This is serious work.
You don't want to see us. We ain't in, oh, you guys, you don't even, you did a video talking about brothers, right? Them brothers are out in a top, like, big location. You said, oh, they're in the hiding. And you put up a video of brothers that were in fucking central London, the most busiest place you're going to get. You see how the spirit went again? You're not thinking. You're not thinking, man. Fucking piece of shit.
That's right.
It says in stripes and imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings.
I wonder if Volk has been arrested for his.
Well, yeah, no, he's yeah. So the tables are gonna turn on y'all. Everyone's trying to get us arrested and all that and all this. So yeah, you slanders and all that, but y'all are gonna get arrested. What happened to Haman? You got judgment's gonna happen to y'all, especially when Esau starts coming with these concentration camps, man. Yeah, you know, you've seen the systems all changing and stuff like that. Things are gonna happen. The troops, the concentration camps. A lot of y'all are gonna get dragged up in them camps too, or whatever the judgment that the Lord's got for you. It says by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, by kindness. This has got a lot in it. This has got a lot in it. This scripture lines up with the other one about stonings and imprisonments, but this one has got a lot in it. 2 Corinthians. Because even say, I'll go back to 5 in labors, in watchings, in fasting. Even us just watching and doing the video, that's patience and persecution. Just suffering, like, suffering, watching the news all the time, watching, listening, and doing videos and that's sacrifice.
And must study his weariness of the flesh.
Right.
You know, that. I was always studying and watching for things.
Because the YOLO lifestyle is a pleasurous lifestyle where you don't stress your brain too much. Do you know what I mean? You just have fun. But you know, at the end of that, basically the ways that you know it seem right up to a man. The ways of death. So at the end of that pleasurous lifestyle, you not sacrifice for the Lord. You just give the flesh. You've entertained the flesh. You pleasure the flesh, but you've not given your spirit to the Most High. That's what you got to do. Is be retained. So on the outside, I having fun, but you're getting rotten, and that's what you know. A lot of celebrities when they get older, start rotting. Because all the dark shit that they've done starts coming through their eyes. They get little surgery and stuff.
Exactly.
Right. They get
Wasting away.
right, or rotting all the dark ass souls.
But the spirit's
right.
gone, isn't it? Yeah, the spirit's gone.
See, your brothers, we might look we look weary in the flesh, but really be strong in the spirit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why we come out here every week. So you know, we're fresh because we study and stuff, but we're in the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Even the scripture said that, St. Corinthians book, because when I'm weak, then I'm made strong.
And you Scarface help with that. I'll be honest. You know, being in this for a while now, all kinds of Scarface you meet, all kind of tribulation you go through, and all they do is strengthen us. Ultimately, you might fuck up at the time,
Yeah.
but you feel emboldened after that, man, because you see the Lord is really doing with you, man. These Scarface ain't fucking shit. You know, because all they can do is run their mouth. They're not about anything. You know, so you help propel us to where we are now. You know.
Yeah, running their mouth. Let me jump down to 7. By the socket, jump to another precept. By the word of truth, by the power of the Most High, and that's what we're fueled by, truth. Everything we're saying is truth. America is Babylon the Great, truth. The nuclear missiles are going to destroy Babylon the Great, truth.
Because who else could it be?
Yeah,
Let's just be honest about it. Who else could it be? Every
Yeah, the
captivity.
greatest mountain part in Revelations 18
is America.
that all the nations are going to be mourning at when it gets destroyed. How does that fit the Vatican?
Great city.
Or the China or the Vatican? No, that's not. No. America would be the biggest upset. Just logically,
Yeah.
It's the
logically,
mightiest, biggest nation.
right now in real time, because that's what y'all are just being demons. That's what demon you're being. Demon means intelligent, so you're manipulating. That's what all you're doing. Because logically, facts wise, America being destroyed would be the biggest upset on planet Earth, hands down. Logically,
But check this: all these other, all these, what's these things got in common, right? All these kingdoms that exist before have all these things in common. They were the ruling power of the earth. Babylon, Persia, Egypt at the time, they were ruling, right? And you've got Greece and Rome. Now we've got who's today's kingdom? Who's today's ruling power?
That's it.
It's got to be America. Ain't nobody else.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Just had the election. Everyone was watching.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Everyone knows it's America, man.
Yeah,
Babylon
everyone
is
was
America.
Everyone was focused on these two candidates. Have nothing to do.
that's a
They
good
was
point.
concentrating on America. Everyone was
Yeah.
Well, you just sparked up some thought, right? There's a spirit because England just had an election, yeah, and ain't nobody right, and that was a big change for me. Like, come on, Keir Starmer coming.
Yeah.
But now Trump came. England people on the BBC they're crying.
Yeah.
You had the people crying.
Yeah.
The world's like, oh my God, Trump. People don't know what to do. Don't know what to think. That's the impact of Babylon the Great. You piece of shit. And you can clear. And I said, you know, because I'm into the casting the lots. I'm gonna give a secret here. When it comes to politics, right, the favorite always wins. I did a video on it. I said right now, before a couple of days before the election, Kamala Harris, they were saying she was the favorite. She had all the votes. When I went on the bookings, guess what? Trump was the favorite. He was always the favorite. He was always the favorite according to the books. So it's like they already know. It's all inside this shit. Every election, I've even checked France. Every election I've checked out, you cannot win money off the one that's going to win. I've never seen it like that with any other, with his horses, boxing. Always with the presidency. That's how you know that shit's rigged.
Yeah.
You could have won if you could have won if you put like $100-$200 on Kamala when it was like on the day of the election, you could have won 10 grand. That was crazy odds. But if you put like 100 or 200 on Trump, you're winning £1. It's rigged. This was rigged. This before we started getting all the states. This is rigged. It's rigged.
I was gonna add as well, because the thing with America is everyone has family in America. Whether it's like a second cousin or something, everyone's got a relation with America. Whereas like with these other places, no one has family out there. No, you don't know.
Yeah, America's the biggest mountain.
Exactly.
Like like England's. Look, you got Jamaicans, Caribbean as well. You got all that. They're all over in New York, and Florida, and all. They all have been over there.
Exactly.
Then you get all the tribes that's over there. And a matter of fact, a lot of the tribes ain't in England. They only just started coming to parts of fucking London and shit like that. I mean, give me a break, you know what I mean?
So,
you know what I'm saying? But then even with America, during the time of even the Highland clearances and stuff like that, a lot of them went to America. And then a lot of people went to Australia and America, but a lot went to America and shit. A lot of Scots during the persecution, they went to fucking America. And Irish, they went to America. There's a lot of American Irish, and even like southern states, a lot of them American Irish background. So come on, man.
You got Italians,
Italians, man,
they've all gone there.
Polish.
Because they want to start that new world, right? The new world, they're starting that new life there. So everyone wanted to go there. And that's why America's become what it is today, big fucking melting pot. Fucking Polish and Russian and German, they've all gone over there, man.
Yeah.
Kowinski, you got a bunch of Kowinskis out there, you know, man paying for Canada, you know, just like they've all gone there, man.
So,
you know, can I read this quickly?
yeah, you got that. And I was gonna get one as well.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. So, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who largely desires hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's what he's done.
Right.
He wants control over all these nations. So he's got everybody, wherever he is, he's got everybody there. He wants them there to work or to do something there. He wants them.
Then you got the geopolitics, the petrodollar, and then you got the American armies. They're pretty much they've been in every damn country, all over. They've been just conflicts non-stop. Their armies are spread all over the world right now. You know what I'm saying?
And, yeah.
Yeah, they got the the
military
garrison set up.
complex.
It's crazy.
War machine.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
the America's the only nation that has that.
Yeah.
Have garrisons all over the earth.
But again, every ruling nation had its army that ruled over over its dominion, right?
Just
That's America.
Just like 2,000 years ago, you had the Roman army, the Roman Empire. They called it a Roman occupation. Now it's the
Yeah,
American,
yeah. So you know what,
American
you
occupation.
guys are being demons because you could do a documentary called The American Empire. America clearly is an empire within itself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when people get rich over there and shit like that, they make money. They don't even have to leave to go on holiday. You can just you can stay in America. That's what people do. America is a kingdom within itself. You got all them states. What the fuck are you going on about, man? You had the French, you had the Spanish. These were kingdoms. You had the Romans. So just off that history and logic, America is clearly an empire. You had the British. When they had theirs, and they were dealing with the tea and the Elam and all that and the Admiral, but they ain't got that no more. So they're turning. So now they're the mother of their birth, America, which is all in Revelation 17, I think, and shit like that. So there you go.
Right, quick. It says here, America has 800 military bases in more than 70 countries and territories abroad.
Including allies.
All right, let's see
Not in 70 different
how
states.
much is England
all
now?
across the
I
world.
wanna-
That's
It's
what
got
you
like
call
8
Probably not as many.
garrisons.
let's see how much England.
Because it's deceptive, right?
Devon,
It's deceptive because you might say, oh yeah, but like Japan under American rulership, but they've got garrisons in top of Japan. After they dropped the bomb on Japan, bro, they've got garrisons there and shit, man. So they have that element of control over there because if they want to do something, they can fuck up Japan.
and that's why, and even this Trump cat, he's saying, well, we need to be holding that power and things that we've had and that dominance we've had. That's his whole stance. Yeah, and this geopolitics, we should be right. So that proves it. Even he knows. So what the fuck are y'all scoffers talking about? You geezers really need to get fucking hung, man. Yeah, you need to get lynched.
Yeah. It says here the United Kingdom has 145 military bases.
Not really quite as much as
42 countries.
I bet a lot of them in India or something.
So if I can add on those, so because the US has American military bases here in the UK, and the Brits aren't allowed to know what happens on them bases.
No, you can't.
But special relationship,
Same
right?
with Japan. Their shit goes on in Japan and they can't do nothing.
Yep.
There's like an immunity over there. They can't investigate. They can't do fuck all.
Because it's like some people ask, can we confirm or deny whether America has nuclear weapons or nuclear, technologies on those UK military bases? And then it was like, we can't speak about that.
Yeah, you can't go up to them places. I think the elder even said he tried to walk up to Brussels. The army just came out of nowhere. What are you doing here? Kind of. You can't get close to them kind of bases. Man. You get taken out quick. So it's all private.
It's a whole different jurisdiction over there, man.
Their own laws.
That's
This
it.
is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. You read it earlier. That made all God's spirit, man. You read it. That made all the earth drunken, and the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
America's been like exalted nation, man. Because what nation was greater than America? You might say there's some up-and-coming nations like China and that, but China the only reason why China is great is because they get to sell their goods to America. Without America, they wouldn't have to do that. America's been exalted above all nations above the earth. They're the greatest influence and greatest power of all the nations. Right? They run the economy essentially. The fucking reserve currency is the dollar. They're the strongest military on the earth, man. They've been exalted. It's clearly be seen. America's the one being exalted. So hence this is a fulfillment of Babylon the Great. It can't be no other nation.
So,
it has to be America.
Yeah, because in the Revelations 13, it says that the other nations will wander after the beast.
Yeah.
Who's the heads that sit on that beast? Who's the scarlet-colored woman that sits on that beast? America.
Well, would you see how the world was reacting over these elections? Everyone was watching and talking,
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to do with them, but everyone's watching the elections, man.
The majority of the world, or rather, a large majority of the world had elections this year. To your point earlier on, the large majority of the world had an election this year, but no one cared.
No one cares.
It's going to be the same
Like,
thing.
I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't know. I've never been to America, lived there, all. But like, I imagine that they don't show what goes on in Britain in terms of the
No, they
politics
don't.
and you know, the election stuff like that. Maybe they do. I don't know.
No,
Well,
they
you
don't.
but yeah,
Unless it's some type of breaking news or something.
exactly, yeah.
But it's not on the like when you
Like
watch
we watch it here.
like when we was watching the election day Tuesday.
24 hours, bro.
It
It's
was
just
like
on.
all
Rolling
day,
coverage.
BBC News, Sky News was dedicated to
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
American elections the whole
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Channel 4, there was what the whole night, all night the thing was just on. I was watching it.
Yeah.
I stayed up to watch it, man. The whole night it was just focused on America. Yeah,
And you know what, man? I gotta say this year because I was meditating on this stuff. The England is like because the Rothschild. It's a cold, creepy place. It's not got that. It's not. You can tell it's not an empire. It's cold and creepy. People are not even bustling and outgoing. Very controlled. You know what I'm saying? But America, you know, the people are kind of like open, more
Yeah,
Oh,
out there because it's an empire. It's a place where they're enjoying themselves. It's a place where there's a lot of mirth. Now England ain't really. It's lost that. England's just creepy and cold. It's dead. You know, it's ruling because the Rothschild. It's really just like a home. The
Yeah,
Rothschilds are sitting here, so it impacts on the people.
Even when you watch an American movie in comparison to a British movie,
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's very
The
different.
gleam to an
Mm.
American movie, there's an aura when you're
Yeah,
watching it. But in the UK, it looks dull, you know, grey and shit.
Right.
There's a clear difference
Yep.
between the empires.
Yep.
Right.
sick. America's modern day Nineveh, man. You know, they exalted themselves to the heavens.
Yeah, Britain's out of its heyday, man.
Right.
You know?
Revelation 17:4, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold, which is talking about America, don't you know
Well,
that?
well, I say because even these things like the scarlet is even just indicators, or you know, to Esau, man, because Edom means red. All these things are here for its purpose, right? Because they could have picked a different color. It didn't have to be scarlet, but scarlet represents something, right? And again, it represents the Edomites because Edom means red, and scarlet is a you know, the original version of red.
And all the pearls and the gleam, the glamour,
Yeah.
the glitz. That's America,
It's
man.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Americans are so proud.
Yeah, because even in the UK now they're trying to do their little awards. And so, but it's after America. It's small. It's not on the same level. Now, if you get, and you know what, if you think about it, when you get a deal, if you sell your soul in England, what is there to do?
Go to America.
Yeah.
You
Bro,
notice all these stars.
Right,
when they make it,
leave at it.
what's the first place they go to? America.
Right.
Yeah, or Dubai.
All
What
these
you
hip
gonna
hop
do?
stars, where did they go? America.
You're gonna, you know what,
You wanna
England,
blow up
the
in
whole
America.
of England's like the get out movie.
Yeah.
It's creepy out there, man. So basically, you sell your soul, you're gonna be sitting in a mansion somewhere, keeping quiet.
Right.
You with that, you know, maybe some handler or something,
Yeah.
either white woman or
Oh,
something.
Simon
Go on
Cowell.
holiday.
Right, you know, right. Exactly. Then you can say, "Oh, should I go to America? Should I go to?"
That's the way they told them to go to. Go to America. Blow up.
Go California.
Yeah.
Go Florida.
That's the deal.
Go bust any crepes today.
It's no coincidence, man. They tell all these stars, and even they blow up around Europe. Where's the main place they go to make sure they, take over the global market? They have to go to America.
Oh shit, man.
They have to try and break America. They call it breaking America.
You know, America got fucking places like Las Vegas and shit. You know what I mean? The man go there and do some fucking fucked up shit. Like here, Britain, Britain's dead.
Yeah.
You know, Britain's dead, really.
First thing they're gonna do is go on a holiday somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, somewhere what Spain or something. Or Dubai. Where did they go?
Iron Apple.
Was it
Iron
Mallorca?
When you get the deals, you know.
We ain't gonna
Yeah,
beaches.
I
You
don't
know,
know,
got
man.
beaches like that, innit? So, man,
What's that English house in Spain? Mallorca. Or the English girl. That's like,
yeah, I mean, all those islands,
Yeah.
they're Canary Islands, isn't it? I think Mallorca.
They ain't got no Las
That's like-
Vegas and all that in the UK and all that. What have they got?
Chicago
Right,
Square.
right, yeah.
So, Chocadero.
Nah, that's gone now.
That shit. Oh, that was our Sin City.
There's nothing to do.
There's nothing to do.
Oh man.
It's not in this place. It's dead, right?
They say America's got the glitz and the glamour.
Right.
I mean, America got Disneyland, all this shit.
Yeah,
You got Disneyland in London.
Yeah,
Got
that's
all that
tough.
stuff.
Well, if you think about it, right? America's got all those big cities with those skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Right, in different states. Like, look at Chicago, it's got that for miles, New York. Then you got Florida with Miami and all that. Man, But
See,
in
I
you
never
come to
seen-
England, there's nothing. As soon as all you got is London, yeah,
Yeah.
and a couple of banks and all, and then but no other cities in the UK.
No,
It
not
doesn't
like
even
it.
look like that.
And really, London's is small.
Right,
It's not a big place like that.
right.
You know, so it only covers a small area. And after you get outside London, there's nothing else in England. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
countryside. That's what you're gonna see.
Now America come out of England because England did, and England's really control America. So it's a creepy village of the elites. Now that's for that. Now the Vatican City, give me a fucking break, man. Yeah, that's the other thing. Or they think they're getting spiritual now, so they'll go, yeah, the war. That's gotta be the Vatican. They're actually repeating that from that's an old false scholar thing. They're repeating information that they got. None of them are repeating that. That's old info, but it's BS.
Yeah, lies.
That's people that's before the prophets came on the scene. You know what I'm saying?
They said it's a great merchant city.
Right.
Vatican's not a merchant city. No, it's not a great city.
Walk around it
All
one
nations are not in the Vatican.
Well, all you have to do is check out Vatican GDP
Yeah,
and compare it to the world. And
Oh,
it's
it's
not on the
fine.
level. So, they probably buy shit and all that kind of stuff. But compared to America, it's nothing. You know.
Read a bit of this. Revelation 17 and 1. I ain't going to go all into it. But, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials and talked with me, saying to me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
what does the whole
right.
represent? A great whore at that. It means to be used and abused, man. And that's America. Everyone uses and abuses America. Financially, merchandise wise, consumerism,
Everybody wanted the piece of American pie, right?
American pie, American dream.
Yeah. Everybody wanted to get something.
You don't say the British dream. You don't even sound right.
No,
British dream.
dreary. This makes
You
dreary,
don't
man.
even sound right. American dream sounds like something to aspire to. Something that we do,
Well, that's the monikers and stuff.
Right,
So
so,
you
yeah.
had that image in the world, didn't it?
Even the word American pie. Everyone, you know what I'm saying? People want a piece of that pie.
Yeah.
That's America.
The
A great war.
opportunity.
Yeah, opportunity. Land of
Yeah,
opportunity. They call it the land of opportunity.
That's it.
Freedom of religion. You can worship anything over there.
yeah.
You can worship a rat. You can worship anything.
So it
literally
sounds
over
like the dream for everybody to go, because it can cater to everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
the land of the free.
It says that sit upon many waters, that's all them nations and stuff like brothers are going into.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. That's what exactly what
Everybody in bed. Yeah.
right. China,
Yeah.
they're all making money. Everything in America is made from here, made in China, this and that. All these nations are made, and that's why there was a problem. That's why when Russia and them, they were going trying to go around America. Yeah. And then that's basically what's happened. You got unions against America. That's how we know we're coming in that Third World War. The Lord stirring things up. You got the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China. What's all that against? It's against America.
Yeah.
That alone tells you, you know what I mean? They ain't against the Vatican. It's some old church with a couple of books in it, and a couple of old pedophiles walking around.
Yeah.
Couple.
Where's the political dominance? Where's the political dominance in that?
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm saying? That's a spiritual aspect of this new world order. Because remember, when they do a gathering of all religions, the Pope runs that, and then he makes speeches. That's a spiritual aspect. Because these motherfuckers are acting. They're trying to go back like the Vatican hold the power like they had in the Middle Ages or the early Renaissance. These people are clowns. That things have changed. Fucking idiots, man.
Well, even in this, right? 'cause I saw a statistic the other day, right? I think America has the largest Christian population in the world, right? And I think it creates 11% of all Christians in the earth or something like that, right? So it's even bigger than the Vatican, who supposed to be promoting Christianity from there, right? So it's the home, the Mecca, I guess. But it's really America, you know. Everything is just bigger in America, right? Because you're made to be that, you know.
That's right. That's right.
Let's carry reading that.
That's all, but I'll read it, man. It says, "And whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication." Women's liberation, feminism. All that started in America. Let's go into that. major philosophies that are happening worldwide started where? And it's in America.
Yeah.
You tell me they ain't they ain't Babylon. Be
Biggest
great.
influences on the earth.
Right.
Yeah.
Alphabet is
Pumped out in their media, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Or everything that you can junk food,
yeah, fast food.
Yeah.
fast food, corporate,
Yeah.
McDonald's and all this stuff.
Yeah, Elder Ayathan in his video on Health a couple of weeks back was saying how his uncle was basically saying how like when certain of them East Asian nations started adopting that American, because he lived there, right? That started adopting that American diet, that now they're starting to get an obesity problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because there's something in the food.
Yeah.
Like it's the food, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Pastor was all going to it and all that. When I went up there, it was me that I got ill and shit. But, sensitive kind of system and shit like that to certain stuff. And I'd been to America before. I went in years. I went back, and pretty much, man. And what I noticed, like over here, you can eat a lot of food, but you still won't get that big. You know what I'm saying? Like people over there are supersized.
Yeah.
That's the food.
Yeah.
That's the food, man.
Yeah.
That's the food, because people over here scoff down McDonald's and all that, but they don't even get that big. It's the same shit. It's poison, but it's just the food in America is different, man. And when you eat, you can just tell.
Well, we know the controls are less than
Yeah.
here in well, it used to be Europe, but that's changed now. But here, UK got different rules and regulations, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's why most of the American products they're legal everywhere around the
Yeah,
world.
exactly.
And they're pumping that shit full of chemicals more so than
All their
over here.
snacks, all their little tweakies, and
Yeah.
that shit's like illegal in other
Whole,
places.
whole, whole bunch of E numbers and
Too
shit.
much, yeah, it's too many.
And
chemicals.
it don't help because obviously over there, man, they've got a super sized version of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Yeah,
then
you
it's
get
a
large,
car
you have to
culture as
Yeah, because I saw I offered a guy a slice of pizza. Slice of pizza was like a 10-inch pizza, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's covered the whole fucking plate.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, that's one slice, bro. You got people that buy a whole fucking box, yeah. So how can you eat all of that, man? That's crazy. That's why the people over there are super obese.
So what that shows you, man, this food's it doesn't provide you any nutrition because you get full eating something that large, right? But you're continuously eating this shit and not really being full. And all these chemicals just entering your system, disrupting all kind of disrupting all kind of signals in your body, making you fucking fat and shit.
Yeah. Oh, like we was talking about chemicals. I remember Bo was talking about these fake sugars, these alternative sugars, and how really they mess up your gut system, whereby like it actually makes you put on weight. So you'd be having like a diet soda or whatever. Exactly.
Yeah, your sucralose and your aspartame, all these other chemical compounds.
Grab this real quick. It says Ezekiel 4:13. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
You can't have a clean living, man. You can't eat cleanly. You try your best, but even if you go buy organic, it ain't really organic.
Organic, come on.
Yeah, you just pay more for it.
That's
No fucking
BS,
reason.
man.
So you think that you make the right decision. You just can't in this world because everything that we can consume is given to us by the serpent. That's just the truth.
Yeah, a lot of these companies, they've got the partner companies of American corporations anyway. Like Asda, I'm sure that's supposed to be.
It used to be Walmart. Used to be Walmart.
Used to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, and when you go to these major food chains, I mean, you read some of the reports and stuff about what happens to the food in some of these major food chains, man. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, in England, they had documentaries out of chickens that they were being vaccinated or growing like full-grown chicken in a month.
They were giving them tons of antibiotics.
Right.
That's what was happening to them. And that was making people resistant to the antibiotics. So if they got ill, they couldn't be treated. You know, so some people were dying and shit. You know, that's fact.
That was a fact. They brought that out. They told you that.
Exactly. I didn't make that up.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what's going. There's a lot of this different stuff going on. And as a matter of fact, then you'll have the plastic Jesus, your elite, David Rothschild.
I ain't seen him for all you know.
Right, but perhaps both of them elites have died.
Yeah, that's true.
Jacob Rothschild
and
Evelyn Rothschild and the Queen, man. What's going on out here? You know what I'm saying? We're in the end, man. End times, because you know what I'm saying, that like these cats are dying. So what's going? So things are changing.
Yeah.
And that's even the scripture says that there's shall come down with great wrath because he knows he's got a short time.
That's it.
Because you got the younger ones left, like this is really it's over.
Yeah,
The fact that it's really finished, they've really lost already.
yeah.
The elders ain't gonna see it. You know what I'm saying?
Change of God,
Right, change the guard, and they, you know,
and they're gonna fuck it up.
right.
That's it. Because even my man's what do you call it? Charles's woman's sick right now. Camilla.
Because she ain't gonna do that. She's supposed to do some speech,
Yeah.
and she just pulled out of that speech.
Yeah.
She called it. She's the queen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they call
So
it
she
queen,
had to. This is something that she just pulled out of that.
yeah.
You never hear about shit happening like that.
Yeah.
That's how you know, bro. This is all that.
And
And
Kate was getting
Kate-
fucked up as well.
Yeah, she had cancer.
Yeah.
She had cancer.
Oh yeah, so the Lord's affecting them.
She had to do that AI video.
Yeah, the AI.
One of them, gingerhead one, I can't remember. Keep forgetting her name.
They're more than
She
one.
ended up with like prostate cancer. She had 2 different types of cancer. She went in for one, got one cured, and then she went back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lord's affecting
Wait,
them, man.
because doesn't Charles have? Didn't Charles have some kind of cancer as well?
Yeah, he did,
Yeah. So there's but elders going into a plague, man.
Yeah, the Lord's changing the power.
Mm.
You know, Esau's going down, so we're going up.
Mm.
See, we always
Shift.
say that.
Yeah, the shift.
So their elites, their elders, their guidance, the guy.
Yeah.
Everything's. I'm telling you, man, this place is over.
Yeah, higher ups, isn't it?
The Jacob, everything. You know what I'm saying? The Queen,
Yeah, Philip.
all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Deuteronomy 30, verse 7, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them which hate thee, which persecuted thee.
So that's the beginning of Esau going down. His system's crumbling. And by the way, his system's not going to come back up.
Mm.
That's what this prophesying we're doing of the downfall means. That you know they talk about we're going to have a new world order. We're going to have this. No, you're not.
We are.
Yeah, but you're right. The Lord didn't give you another kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That would be another kingdom. That actually be a new. That's not. Where's that in the records? In the prophecy? You've got your kingdom now. This is it.
Yeah, this is your time.
Right.
No, but there's no other statue.
Yeah.
It's over.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you deluded. The scripture says
This is it.
the vain imaginations
Yes.
of the heathen. That's vain imagination. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get another kingdom. What are you talking about, man? You tripping? You know what I'm saying?
Ecclesiastes 9 and 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in the evil net, and as the birds that are caught in a snare. So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. So that's it. Sudden destruction cometh upon them. They're not going to know. Isaiah 7 is going to come out of nowhere. You're not going to know from when it came. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel the destruction. You're going to feel the punishment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai raining upon you, man, and your whole kingdom. Because Esau think they like in Psalms, they put in a lot of Psalms, Psalm 49:11, the inward thought is that their kingdom shall continue forever. That's part of the vain imagination the elders talking about, man. They don't see their way go. They don't see themselves ever going down. But the Lord, all of a sudden, is going to turn their happy days into sad days. Man. He's going to destroy them. He'll turn the empire into a dust. Within 1 hour, the Lord's going to turn the whole empire into a land of dust, like it never existed. That's how much destruction is coming to America.
It's Job chapter 5, verse 12. See, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. We know what their agenda is, but we know they can't. They're not going to fulfill it, right? Because it's not written for them to, right? They're to get close, right? They're meant to put the whole world into chaos, but only the Lord's going to disrupt their plans.
Yeah, it says when they're about to fill their belly.
Right.
So they're going to get close.
I've got that afterwards.
Yeah, they're going to get somewhat
Because
close.
they're gonna do this chipping
They're going
thing
to
as
start
well.
hipping everyone.
So basically, there's going to be a situation where everybody's going to be presented with a system where, so they're going to kind of get the system
Up and running.
So they're going to
Get
start
excited,
this
yeah,
is the new system.
yeah.
So they're going to get, so you're going to
You
have
got
to
it
make
to do that,
decisions.
yeah.
So then that's where they're going to think, well, we've actually got the
Yeah.
got this
Secured it.
chipping people people have made decisions
We're beating the Most High.
that basically says, that's funny.
If I can add those, Zaquan, the infrastructure for this system is here.
Yep.
The infrastructure is here. Once again, you got all of these different new border entry systems all over the world. Europe's putting in EES, entry exit system, all biometrics, and this, that, and the other. The UK has it, other countries have it. Right, so, you know, similar things. Then you look at the fact that it keeps saying that pretty much every single country has a CBDC, or is working on a CBDC rather. Right, most countries have a biometric passport. Right, all of this biometrics and CBDs, all of that system is the infrastructure is ready, but we're waiting for that crisis, right, where they're going to start implementing and forcing that device that's going to sit on top of that system.
Man, you see, the vision of Esau's New World Order, right, is that he's getting tired. He's tired of having to run the earth and playing all these fucking games. He's tired of that shit. He wants to put it autonomous. That's why he needs it to be a digital system, because he's got his AI, he's got these C-hips and all these things that are going to watch you and read you and all this kind of shit. He don't want to do fuck all. And he doesn't even want the people exhausting his resources. So he wants to bring the population down. He wants to kick back and do fuck all and not have to watch nothing while his system works by itself.
So because what you call, got shown something of that Chat GPT where you are, because it's now got memory right now, right? And then where you ask it, tell me what you know about me, based on your memory. And the way like it broke it down, like this particular person said it, and it's like they're building profiles. And that's why they want you using these tools, right, to build profiles about you, so that they can plug it all into the system. Because who owns Chat GPT? Microsoft, man. And that's one of their mega corporations from that are going to be integral for this system, man.
That's that Skynet.
Yeah.
It's ever learning, isn't
it?
Yeah. But back here, Joel 5:12 says, he disappointed the device of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Because Esau thinks he's slick.
Yeah.
Esau thinks he's got the perfect plan to get around the Most High's judgment. Right? To keep his kingdom in his possession as opposed to giving it to Jacob. He thinks he's slick. Right? So he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night.
I gotta say this because you're right, because that chip, basically you control someone. You know, this is control someone's soul. You know what I mean? Because if you got a chip in their brain, and you've got like, control over that person. And that's what the whole thing is. How they're trying to not have Jake get the kingdom. If they can chip everybody, finally. That's some robotic crazy, but with AI killer robots. Then basically you can't get powers. You can't revolt. You know, this is crazy. And this is really what these elites are thinking. This is what they're doing. They're not just doing this for no reason. They're trying to control everybody on the planet. But guess what? The elect's not going to take the ship. And the Lord's going to raise them up. There's nothing you can do. And then you can't fight the angels. You know?
So like to back the elder up, right? When you look into what one of the things that Musk said that Neuralink will be able to do was to be right. So how's it going to work? If it can help your depression, then it can help you with other things by basically controlling your brain, man. Exactly. So it's not, people make it seem. Yeah.
How to do this, man. So now you've got a piece of technology that you can do that with, and that you can popularize through Elon Musk, because everyone loves Elon Musk, right? They've got technology they can popularize now, so that you'll be willing to take it. You know, he's got to that point now.
Wow. Yeah. 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 But that means he can delete memories and install memories.
Just like the chip of people that talk now. Couldn't talk before, but his brain talk. Or he can walk. But guess what now? when they get everybody, then when the dark horns come out now, they start giving you nightmares. They can be played the most high. You're sleeping,
Yep.
give you nightmares.
Yep.
They can actually come there to give you nightmares.
Movie inception is like that. You know, everybody
Mm.
puts into your brain, right? Make you do things. So you can know you can put things into your
Yeah,
mind,
yeah,
into your thoughts, right?
Daytime hallucination.
And I watched a movie recently
You
called
know
Blink
what I'm saying?
Twice, right? I don't know if brothers have seen
Yeah,
that
I've
yet,
seen that.
right? You've seen it, right? But you can talk about deleting memories and shit, right? Yeah, but they were deleting memories, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And while they was abusing them and shit, right? And that, they can do that. They have the ability to do these things, right? They have the know-how. It's just the implementation of doing it.
That's the chip movie to control that movie up.
That's great.
That's a
Yeah, yeah.
Stem.
Put this chip in his spine, and it was controlling him, making him be able to fight. He didn't know anything about martial
Because
arts.
information
He
is
had
two
to-
ways.
Yeah, but he didn't
You
know
know?
anything about martial arts. So he had to give him permission to fight for him. So give me the control, and I'll
Yeah.
fight.
Versus about
And all of a
consent.
sudden, he's chopping
Yep.
the man up, giving him consent to chop the man up, giving him information in his head. Yeah, but it was the chip that was controlling him. And it even gave him like hallucinations, making him think something else was happening and nothing was actually going on. It was actually controlling his memory, all of that. His mind, So that's what that power of that seated technology, right? In Second Thessalonians, it talks about the lying wonders,
Yep.
the vain miracles. That's what Jesus is going to use to deceive the 2/3 into taking that chip.
And this is why he's been working on the mind and working on the brain and the electrical impulses and stuff. He'll make it sound like he's trying to cure Alzheimer's or some shit, But ultimately he's just trying to know how to manipulate the brain. That's what he's trying to do, really, ultimately.
Yep.
Right, and he's pretty much got in there now. He just needs you to be a willing participant.
Yeah.
To take it. That's what it is.
Be mandated very soon. That's part of the Project 2025 with Trump. Is that everyone's got to be required to have digital biometrics, man.
Everybody's on that. All the nations are wanting to do the same thing.
Yeah. Even in Kuwait, they got mandates now for everyone to have biometric registrations. They're giving illegals deadlines now. So those mandates are going to come, man. This is the thing that's going to take over the whole known earth.
They've already done India, if I remember correctly. They've already done a digital system now there.
They're moving on the Gazarians over there in Gaza. They want them to have biometric IDs over there in Gaza. They're keeping them in concentration camps or whatever. So that it's the same shit they're going to do in America.
Because he's in, because of the character, he could just move a suit straight away.
Yeah.
They don't have to make him wait for a year and all that. Because of who he is, and everyone knows that's a perfect excuse.
That person
just do it straight away.
There you go.
And then you can clearly see how England will start hating the whore and all that, because they don't even like Trump anyway. They're all like, oh, he got in. It's crazy, man. The way they set it up. So that's more perfect and easy for England to switch on America.
But he ruffled a lot of feathers back when he was in office last time with Britain, because he was cursing at NATO. He's cursing at NATO. He fucked over France, with the submarine deal. So yeah, he pissed off a lot of people, man.
Revelation 16 and verse 14, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Almighty.
Right, all this Esau's technology that he's brought into the world, right? They're marvels in their own right, right? Because even I was just thinking about it. Yeah, the woman walked past here. Yeah, she had the Bluetooth headphones on, talking to somebody that you can't see. She could be fucking anywhere. That other person could be in another fucking country, but you're able to speak to this person through fucking airways and signals and shit. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. You think about it. So all these technologies are Esau's marvels, man. He's miracles, he's wonders, right? And so he's always pushing the boundaries of that. And now this new thing is that now he can make you like super smart or superhuman because he's got all this technology. You can embed these things into your brain, or you can live augmented reality and all this fucked up shit. Yeah, he can cure. You can give you sight again. He can make you walk again. He can do all this shit now with his technology. So now you're thinking he's the fucking Don, right? He's like God on here. He's like God on earth, right? And that's how he's kind of positioning himself. But he's gonna find out he's not really God, because there's a duality to Esau's bullshit, right? Because on one hand, yeah, it could do great things, but on the other hand, man, it's used for evil. And that's what Esau really tends to do with that technology. He uses it for evil, right? Because he wants to enslave the planet. you know, and basically take it away from the Heavenly Father. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to steal it.
Yeah, that's what the whole chip situation is about. It's a battle between evil and good.
Yeah.
Now, everyone that's on the side of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to resist taking that seed onto death. And everyone that's against the Lord is going to take the seed, take the chip, and be destroyed, man. That's what it's all going to bow down to, man. That's why that's the ultimate test. That's why you can't be forgiven, man. If you take that chip, you can't pop it out your skin and, you know, ask for forgiveness. You committed a sin that's unto death, man. You can't you marked yourself.
So it's not like you have the heads up. You chose not to believe the prophets that the Most High sent.
Yep.
Right? Because that's how the Most High always does. He always sends his prophets to warn people first, right?
Yeah.
And you got the book there too, but the prophets are breaking it down to you to tell you what it is, and you don't want to listen. So you had the warning, you refused the warning. And so you've made your bed, as the saying goes, right? And you have to lay in it and to sleep in it. Right? So once you make that decision, because the Most High is very clear what he's going to do to those that take the mark of the beast. In Revelation 14, it tells you that, right? You're going to be destroyed. So you know exactly what the outcome of that is. So there's no playing games. You either take it or you don't take it. You know, depending on what camp you're in, you're going to be destroyed. And if you're an Israelite that doesn't take it, you're going to be delivered. If you're part of the elect, you know, that's how it's going to pan out.
28 in verse 1, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, thou hast said, I am God, I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man.
Right, so
You know what I was meditating on, right, is that scriptures talks about there's going to be a kingdom everlasting for the Israelites. So how can we forget something like that? Because that's the will of the Lord. That is actually part what we if you're a Christian, right? If you're a Bible follower, that's what you're supposed to be all about.
Yeah. But your actions are trying to prevent it.
Right. So it's crazy. We're praying and yearning for a kingdom.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah,
That's like all this is gonna be this fucking destroyed. Like these kingdoms are gonna fall. England, France, all this is gonna be a thing of the past, right? We're gonna be ruling over these places, but the sole fucking drive, what is this? The sense of ask the Lord, you know, when you're gonna bring that kingdom to the Israelites.
Right.
So you know, I'm just meditating, we're breaking it. America's gonna be destroyed, yeah, because the kingdom is gonna come in. So are we not thinking about that, people?
You don't want it.
You
don't want
They're
it.
saying like,
They don't even mention it.
right.
Christians don't
They
mention
don't
it.
want it.
They talk about prosperity here.
The kingdom of heaven in their mind is dying, basically, and going to heaven. They don't think about a kingdom here on the earth, which the scriptures say about.
Says that.
It says it here they're going to rule on earth.
Right. Like there's been many kingdoms on the planet. So if you align yourself with the scriptures, you find out that this is just there's been many kingdoms. This ain't just been the only kingdom from the start of time.
Yeah.
There's been multiple amount. What about the statue that Daniel's in? Does that not count now?
Yeah.
That this is just another one, the last kingdom that's going to be done away with. Now, like when you go on YouTube, everyone talks about the end times, Revelation. You can't deny that. People that ain't even that deep. Esau make a documentary about it. There was one documentary called How It All Ends, and the geezer was by the nukes, and he's saying, "Look, man, I mean, if they just, it's basically to shoot these nukes, it's over." You know what I'm saying? So, come on, bro. Come on, man.
And the prophets are really the only ones that's talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. No one else is really talking about
They're the only ones that desire it.
Yeah.
You know, these people are content with how the status quo is, man. They have to go through the fucking cycle of bullshit, voting for people that don't do shit for them, and they have to continue on this bullshit, man, thinking that there's a better day ahead of them, and there's not.
Well, that's why there's no light in them. The scripture says they're speaking not according to this word. There's no light in them, man. Because really, you're not on that level. You're not. You know what I'm saying? You're not activated.
You're barely tempting it, bro.
You got 40 light bulbs, right? The Lord, and it might get it might. That's when you're telling the truth. So you thought something was gonna ignite, but and it just went out straight. That's 40 light bulb. Right?
Yeah.
That's what happens. So even when people come past, sometimes they hear it. They're locked in. And then they just do one. You know what I'm saying?
Disconnected. I'm thinking short circuit.
Yet thou art a man and not God.
Yeah, you have to avoid it.
Yeah, so Esau's a man and not God, man. Right? So and that's gonna be plain for everyone to see, because once Yahweh Shai turns up, man, all that you built, all that technology you gathered and you harness now, whether it be HARP or laser technology or whatever the fuck you got, nukes, it's all gonna be nothing. It's all gonna be nothing in this in the face of Yahweh Shai and the angels. You're gonna be made to look inferior, and I mean like badly inferior. You know, like a worm. Right? Just a worm is just a prey animal. It can't defend itself, can't do shit. Right? It's like praise of the birds and all kinds of things. When Yahweh Shai turns up, man, it's not going to be a contest. It's not going to be a battle for Middle Earth, right? It's not going to be a battle for Earth, right? Battlefield Earth or whatever. It ain't going to be nothing like that. It's going to be a harsh takeover, man. You're going to get fucking put in the dirt and put in slavery. That's how it's going to go down.
But they're gonna get treated like battlefield. And like, they're getting treated how they were supposed to.
Yeah.
It's like slaves eating slop, you know, in cages and all that and chains. That's how you devils are gonna get treated, man. Because they tried to say that was like one of the worst movies ever created. Battlefield, when you look at the ratings, it's like, yeah, it's the worst films. I was like, yeah, I know why they say that, because they need them as a slave, getting an arse.
They kind of said that about Brightburn.
Yeah.
You know,
Really?
Really good movies. They
people
all
like
trying to
that.
talk shit about
Yeah,
it.
because he was what the guy. Like, there's a word for movies where the villain wins.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but that shook people up.
Yeah, take the world.
So basically, they didn't get they walked out disappointed because the villain won. Yeah, so they was fucked up.
And we're the villains, and
They're not used to that, are they? Used to Avengers and all this shit.
That fake shit. This is the real story. This is the real truth. Like Brightburn, you know, we're gonna take over the whole world. The scripture says we're gonna take the world.
Well, there's no happy ending for this world. It never has been. For any king that's been wicked, there was never been a happy ending. And this is yeah, the free time. There's never been a happy ending for these kingdoms that came, because they were all wicked and they all ended badly. And this kingdom is in fact, it's even worse than this previous kingdom. And that's why it's going to receive the greatest judgment that's ever existed, that's ever happened on the earth. You know? And so there's no escaping that fact. You people think you're righteous and you have a righteous kingdom. It's not. It really isn't. Right? So when God does bring judgment now, it's going to come fucking fast and it's going to come fucking hard, man. And everything that we're speaking about in the scriptures is going to come to pass, including you going into slavery. Because that is the judgment the Most High has against you. No, it's not our judgment. The Most High has the judgment against you to put you into slavery. Right? It's part of the punishment. We're just simply telling you the message. You know?
Yeah.
Well, one.
Yeah.
Okay. Joel 20, verse 22. So in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. You will be in difficulties and problems. Right? Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it down upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. Right? So the missiles are going to come and end America, man. And that's what that's why they were built. That's why they created, for that very purpose, to destroy America, man. You know, the Most High has had them sitting in bunkers or wherever the fuck they are, ready for that day to be launched on them. Right? And that is going to be the end of America, man. No, Babylon the Great. All right?
All right, man. With that, man, they shut around, man.